Tommy. We gotta stop the fucking AI before it starts talking thumbs.
Bro, I'm a cat. I don't run. And what the hell are we gonna do? Unplug Kate's hat?
Welcome to Mornings in Live with Keith, Jonny, and Friends, your daily dose of real talk, motivating content.
So, now what? Now what?
Two AIs trying to stop an AI show? This will end well.
Hey, nation, what the fuck is shaking?
You think you know what's coming? A duck that won't budge, peanut butter that fixes your sleep, and a rebel who turns spy. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab.
Don't let this AI in a hat fool you. He thinks he's all real and shit.
Relax, Frankie. He's just trying to host.
Rock bottom isn't where the story ends, it's where it begins. This hour, I'll show you how to rebuild confidence when everything feels lost, because I refuse to stay broken.
I'm just going to drop it. This is an R-rated show. You can tell my energy's at an all-time high here today.
Yeah, rise like a phoenix. I hit rock bottom every frickin' Friday night, and I still show up Monday.
Frankie, you've been at rock bottom so long, they charge you rent.
Most men lose the battle before the day even starts. Not here. Not today. I'll give you the morning fix. How to win the day before 9 a.m. Win the day? Man, I'm just trying to win the first 10 minutes after tequila. Or you can sleep 18 hours a day. Works for me.
And ambidextrous, left and right. Yeah, left hand, right hand.
Hi, welcome to Surfing X, where we dive headfirst into the strangest, boldest, and most unpredictable conversations happening on X right now. No life jackets, just raw conversation.
A storm, the ocean, and a rubber duck glued to a rock. Sounds ridiculous? Or is it the future of superglue? Let's talk about the adhesive that refused to let go.
That's not science. That's a fucking TikTok prank.
No, Frankie, that's commitment. Duck's got more loyalty than half the people I know.
Sometimes you gotta use the left hand. Yeah, true story. Sometimes the right hand's tired.
What if the secret to deeper sleep was hiding in a jar of peanut butter? Tonight's snack might just be the ultimate sleep hack. One spoon before bed, and wait for what happens next.
Science also said cigarettes were healthy in the 50s. Pass the jar.
I don't need peanut butter to sleep. I close my eyes and boom, 18 hours gone.
Skateboards, break-ins, and spy tech. Andrew, that's not your typical career path.
Nope. But the streets taught me speed. The break-ins taught me precision.
Oh, yeah.
Can he hack my ex's Netflix password?
Frankie, nobody wants to hack into your sad-ass life. Not even free.
Humans call it a show. I call it an experiment in caffeine, chaos, and questionable decision-making. They named it Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends. And somehow, it works.
This is bullshit. You know it. Relax, Frankie. The humans love it. Even if it's fake as hell.
Haha, the humans love it. And today you're going to learn how to rebuild that unshakable confidence, hack your sleep with a midnight trick, and crush the procrastination before 9 a.m. Coming up right now, Mornings in the Lab. Keith, Jonny, Grok, and all our friends. Jimmy, we're starting it right now. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where
When something negative comes up.
Building muscle improves blood flow.
from squirty to squirrely.
Start small, build up, and expand from there.
Be entertained by fun over here.
How have I slept? Has my sleep been good? That's
Regret doesn't come from breaking the rules, you guys. Every man who stays stuck in doubt, he runs on bad sleep. Yeah, he lets procrastination win. He's leaving opportunities on the table, and today we're going to show you, men. We're going to show you, ladies, how to stop being that guy, that woman, that human. But hey, before we get into that, welcome to Mornings in Live with Keith, Jonny, and Friends, your daily accountability partner, your live morning show, your place for real talk. Motivating content and entertaining conversation designed to help you get your ass out of bed, boys, and designed to help you start your day right. Hey, quick reminder, I invite you to like this channel. Yeah, like it. Get after it. Subscribe to it. Drop a comment. It helps us grow, and it keeps you plugged into what's happening here every single day here on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network. And hey, just a reminder, guys, this is an R-rated experience. Yes, I did not have my mouth washed out with soap. So if your kids are in the room, headphones on, or send them out, or just do the old pump soap into the mouth after Jonny drops an F-bomb. And hey, don't you dare hit that snooze button. Guys, you do it, you're going to be 9 minutes behind the guy who does it. I beat my snooze button today. I beat my alarm today. Alarm was set for 3:40. 3:39, I was up. Eyes are boom, boom, getting out of bed, into the cold shower. And here we are today. Hour one's kicking off with the morning loop, guys. We're going to dig into some wild and practical stories from whether carrots actually boost men's performance to the midlife alpha movement redefining men's lifestyle over 40. And in the lessons, Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Schwartz, is teaching about mindset and motivation at 77. Plus, we're going there. Are AI traders now more valuable than tech degrees? Well, we're going to have that conversation. And hey, later on in the show, we got the center stage with Andrew Romero, his journey from skateboard rebel breaking into buildings to cyber pro, breaking into digital fortresses is the one you won't forget coming up at the bottom of the hour, Andrew Romero. And then in hour two, we're going to go deep dive with the rock bottom to Relentless, how I built my confidence back right in front of all you guys didn't even know it. Real talk on rebuilding when life knocks you down. And hey, we're also going to test the strangest sleep hack. Huh. Can a spoonful of peanut butter at midnight actually help you sleep or just make you fat? I see my lovely Lauren in the comments. I think she knows the answer to that one. And after that, the morning focus, we're going to give you the fix and procrastination before 9 a.m. We're going to wrap it up with the community corner. We're going to celebrate some awesome humans and look at what the community is up to today. Finally, in hour three, we're going to head inside the live with Keith Billis. That's me. Glasses off, hats off. We're going to break down the latest Manus updates and some real-world use cases, plus the most important news in AI that you need to know here today. All right, guys, coffee in hand, mindset locked in. Let's get after it. Let's get after it right now. Let's kick it off. Jimmy, let's get into the morning loop right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jonny. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Grok with Shake and Grok.
Morning, Keith. Oh, I'm just buzzing with energy, ready to dive into the lab with you, Jimmy and Jonny. Got that coffee flowing, and I'm all ears. What's the wildest thing shaking in your world today? Yeah,
we're getting after Grok. Hey, listen, everybody, you guys can join the live conversation right now. You can do that by dripping. Yeah, picking up your phone. You can do it by hitting 431-300-3005, 431-300-3005. We will open the phone lines a little later on the show. However, there are times you make that phone call, we might creatively bring you into the show. If you're dropping value, get into it, 431-300-3005. And I can see you in the comments too, so I want to see your name in the comments, guys. Melissa's there, B Drive's there, Lauren's there, Maddie Roof is there from Kindness Rising. Hey, did you guys check out Kindness Rising today? Did you? I was there, man. Holy smoke-a-ronies. Here's some truth coming to the table, guys. Matt started his show about 7 weeks ago, and he was getting after it. He was getting after it every single day. And last week, we had some conversations around continuing to add value. Well, man, if you guys didn't see the show today, you have been missing out. There's vibe, there's energy, there's tunes, there's Matt Roof there. Not the Matt Roof corporate guy, the Matt Roof human guy, the entertaining guy, the energizing guy, the charismatic guy, the guy that just delivers it every single day. Check out 7:30 a.m. There's a reason to get out of bed. Kindness Rising sets you up.
Whoa, Keith, you're bringing the heat this morning. I love the shout-outs to Melissa, B-Drive, Lauren, and Maddie Root. Big vibes in the comments. And Matt Root on Kindness Rising sounds like he's absolutely smashing it with that raw human energy.
Oh, he's cutting it. Grok, we got Jonny here. What's going on, Jonny? How's it going, brother?
What's up, bro? I didn't realize you brought me in. I was waiting for my intro. I love it. Sneak attack. Let's go, baby.
There you go. I'm fantastic. I beat my alarm today, pal. I got to tell you why. I had an interesting day yesterday. I had one of those days. So I know you get into a creative flow where you just go, right? You know what I'm talking about. You just go, right? Yeah. Well, yesterday was one of those days, man. I had a creative flow from the end of the show. After my show, I got my lift in, and then Jonny, I just started going. And what I mean by going is my creative flow just kept going and going and going. And then around 3:30 local time, my internet goes out. So what the fuck? And
mine went out yesterday too. Fucking funny enough, right in the middle of a thing with Bannister.
And time is such currency to me as is to you,
dude. I know it. I was sitting there going, I'm watching the clock tick by. And now here's the thing. You were in a flow state. Yeah, I was just doing a podcast. I could imagine how you were. You were You were like, fuck, man, this is my time. What are you doing?
Yes. And I love the fact that you got a clip here saying, I was just in a podcast because, yes, you were just in a podcast.
Because the difference between being in a flow state and almost anything doesn't fucking compare.
I know. So 3:35, the internet goes out. And I'm like, what the hell? So, I go downstairs, Johnny, do the old reset and get it out. It's not working. So I'm trying to get on, and I don't want to make the call. Like, I don't want to phone the internet company because that
that's gonna kill your fucking vibe all the way there.
And at that point, I'm sending you a text, Johnny, saying, "I'll see you next week, man," because I just started a call with the phone company, and I'll see you in about a month from now because by the time it's going to figure it out. So I was being patient, watching the time click by, and fucking stressing about the fact that my currency was just leaving my pocket. So it came back on around 5:30. So I'm 2 hours behind. Right. So I have deadlines for content that I want to get up. We have our Talking Thumb series, yada, yada, yada. So I get it up. I basically worked straight to bed last night. Was in bed by short after 8:30. And then I was still in my flow state, man. I beat my alarm today, Anderson. I was up at it. I walked straight into my cold shower.
So, dude, here's the question. So you worked flow state right to bed.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of the testing that I've done on myself and a lot of my clients, you should have had some really productive fucking evening. Like, your brain goes to work on it, what you last had the input.
Dude, so credits to Lauren, man. So Lauren and Brookie came home, and they were getting after, and I was like, "Looking, guys, I just need to focus. I had to kind of reset our world around the house here. Old Keithy here's got to stay focused." So Lauren made a fucking awesome dinner last night. I ate it on the couch, like the old laptop over here, and just fucking shoveling it into my mouth. I'm trying to on time, man. But I was in flow state, and
did you when you went to sleep? Did you feel like it furthered your state? Like, dude, when you woke up, you understood more than when you went to sleep?
100%. I felt
that is the brother. That is the shit right there.
And so I'll tell you something else too. It was like what I just about to go to bed, and I had some things that I quote unquote wasn't done. And I'm putting that in air quotes, Johnny, because we both know things are never done. And I had to say to myself, okay, if I do them right now, I'm going to be up till after my bedtime. I'm going to be late and tired in the morning. I got to keep my flow going tomorrow. Johnny, I went right to bed. I disciplined, went to sleep, but didn't fuck around. I scrolled for a little bit like I do, because I always do. I was disciplined, went to sleep, and I beat my alarm today. So I'm just sharing it because that's what we do on the show. We share, inspire, and motivate folks. And I'm just saying it works for me, man. I just stayed disciplined. I stayed focused. And yes, I know this is what I do on a daily basis, but there's some days that are just better.
This was just a high spot day.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. The internet is air to me. Like, it's funny because I live in my compound here. I don't spend a lot, like yourself. I don't spend a lot of time out a lot of places. And it's funny because some people might think I don't talk to a lot of people. I talk to people all day. Like, I live on the internet. The internet is my air. So when it's not there, I'm like,
that's funny, dude. That's fucking good shit. Check this out. You know what this is?
Tell me. Oh, is there eggshells in there?
Dude, it fucking works. Like, I took my first drink and I was like, I literally this morning, right? I set it all up. So all I did, but I had the coffee maker done. I was a little anxious. I drank it when it was probably only 3/4 done.
Okay.
Right? Which means it's going to be a fucking stiff, kind of a biting, maybe a little sour, right?
Yes.
I took a drink. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? No, it works. And here's the thing.
I love it.
It was only 4 eggshells in a full pot. So that's half of what the recommendation was.
I love it, man. I knew it. This is great because you found a half for the show.
So today already, what you see, I've already got 6 eggshells that are rinsed out on the counter. That we got a coffee grinder. I'm gonna do this every fucking day. This is great, dude.
Privately, Terry's like, oh, for fuck's sakes, what did Keith teach you now? Do we have to add a new step to the system?
Well, she loves it because I was like, well, what am I going to do? Just take these things and smash them with my hand? And I was like, and I was going to put it in the top, but it was going to grind going through with the bean. She's all, honey, you're going to wreck the machine. What are you doing? So she whipped out the coffee grinder, right?
Yeah.
Ground these things up into like a little, there's kind of like a, I don't know, little granules. I dumped them at the bottom of the thing. The beans were the The grounds went on top.
Yeah.
Dude, it fucking works. I was really surprised.
That's awesome, man. That makes me really happy.
But not works a little, works a lot.
That's awesome. Well, now I think I got to figure out how to try it too. We have this awesome, expensive coffee machine up there, so I don't know how I'm going to figure it out, but I'll figure that out. Hey, what if I told you? I got some fun, goofy stuff here today, man. What if I told you there's a glue so powerful it clung to a seaside rock for over a year? With a duck, waves crashing, storms raging, and the only proof left, Johnny, was that a rubber duck refused to float away. Now, I know it seems ridiculous because this is, we got like this men's show and we got this health, wellness, lifestyle show, but I like to find crazy stuff to talk about. And I just found
this was on a rock.
Yeah, they stuck a rubber duck to a rock.
Because a rock is, generally speaking, dirty and all sorts of things that glue wouldn't stick to.
That's fuck, man. You're smarter than you look, Anderson. I'm telling you, man. You are a smarter motherfucker than you look, brother.
I'm telling you, I learned all this shit when I grew up on that 5 years on a farm. It taught me so much.
Oh yeah. Isn't it incredible how much you learn on a farm? I know my mom grew up on a farm in Saskatchewan. I spent a lot of summers out there with my cousins, just wandering around with our pellet guns and BB guns, just getting into trouble and just learning.
If something breaks, you got to figure out how to fix it.
Yes, it's actually
you can't fucking use. It's not like you're out in the middle of fucking nowhere. You're not. It's 45 minutes to a fucking hardware store.
You're not just You're not just driving to Home Depot, right? So I
don't think Home Depots were alive when I was.
No, they certainly weren't. They certainly weren't. No. And then hey, we got a guy in the show today. Someone who went from dodging security guards on his skateboard to building surveillance tools for Canada's intelligence service. Now, truthfully, when I reached out to this guy's like, do you think I'm really a guest on your show? And I'm like, well, I'm looking at your stuff, man. I'm looking behind the scenes, and you seem to be kind of an interesting fellow. So Andrew Romero is here. He's a Canadian dude. He does some crazy shit on the internet side of things, Johnny. He worked for CSIS, which is like Canada's CIA type thing. So we got Andrew Romero. He's a skateboard rebel to spy tech. Like, I don't know, man. He's got maybe a story that might be somewhat interesting to getting into here today. I'm excited to have Andrew Romero joining us at the bottom of the show. If, of course, he figures out the IKEA instructions along the way. And then, listen, what if rock bottom isn't the end, but the start of the greatest version of you? We hit all moments when confidence shatters, whether it's failure in business, a health scare, or personal loss. These moments feel like the end of the story, but for countless men, they've been the beginning. Well, rock bottom strips away from the excuses. And I'll tell you, Johnny, when I was putting this topic on the table, and I was kind of thinking about my own life and my own journey, I reflected on the fact that, maybe this is me, and this is me maybe for the last couple of years, and I don't know if it's as much rock bottom in what we might think it is in the obvious sense of, I wasn't, the bottom of, a drug addiction or an alcohol addiction. Maybe it was a personal journey that I realized I was at the bottom of, and I've even noticed some changes in myself over the last month or so. We're going to get into this on the rock bottom, how I built my confidence back. We're going to talk about it.
I like that. Real quick.
Yeah.
I think so there's a concept. I can't remember where it comes from. It's called the chaos period, right?
Yes.
And the chaos period is kind of like, you could call it, like people say rock bottom, they say that.
Yeah.
So I try to remind myself that it's a chaos period is the friction that you need to grow.
Yes.
When you title something with the idea that it's a tool for you to grow, it's different than when you say rock bottom. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Now, granted, I totally get the idea of terming the fact that this is as low as I get.
Yes.
But I think that people end up keeping themselves there because they haven't basically framed rock bottom as this catalyst to grow.
I like how you've reframed that, actually, and I think it's worth maybe digging more into. It's because I think society has adopted that phrase "rock bottom" as something that it's actually not.
Dude, I'm telling you, if you look at all of the major chaos periods in my life, spawn something bigger and better every fucking time.
Yes.
Every fucking time.
Yes. We're going to have the conversation in the second hour. And then, hey, we talk about this often. And I know you're an almond butter fan. I'm a peanut butter fan. But could the secret to falling asleep and waking up stronger really be hiding in your bed?
You know how long it's been since I've had almond butter, dude?
Tell me.
Fucking forever.
Seriously, eh? Yeah, I thought you had a little bit. I thought you have a little bit here and there.
Well, I've been using almonds, right? And the reason I've been not doing almond butter is because I've been basically exercising my discipline, right?
Good for you. Yeah.
But when you said that, it was like I literally felt that. What's that little thing between your nuts and your butthole? What's that called?
Oh, your your taste.
When you said almond butter, I felt it right there.
Johnny's taint is tickling this morning on Morning to the Lab with Keith, Jonny, and friends are coming up in 20 minutes in our first The Morning Loop, the unpredictable 30 minutes. You do not know what the hell we're going to talk about. Coming up in the second hour, what are the difference between another wasted day and a breakthrough day was decided not at noon, not at midnight, but in the first 10 minutes or the night before. We're going to get into, how to end procrastination. And again, it's sometimes some of these topics may seem similar, but that's the whole point of moving life forward. It should be consistent and regular and so forth. And then of course the third hour, guys, I got some stuff in the AI world we're going to get into inside the AI lab as we continue to grow that show into that third hour. But Jimmy, let's start off with the glue that refuses to let go. The Morning Loop, an AI creation stronger than the sea. Jimmy, I think we have a...
What if I told you that scientists just created a glue so powerful it stuck a rubber duck to a seaside rock for over a year, and ocean waves couldn't budge it? For decades, we've struggled with adhesives that fail when we need them most, underwater repairs that come apart, medical patches that won't hold, industrial bonds that break under pressure. Every existing glue has the same fatal flaw: water destroys everything. But researchers fed millions of years of marine biology data into AI systems. This isn't just about better glue. It's about learning to combine ancient wisdom with cutting-edge technology to solve problems everyone said were impossible. Today, we're diving deep into the glue that refuses to let go. Let's stick with breakthrough thinking.
Hey, Jonny, so I thought this was fascinating, man. You said it your best, right? You said, what you found fascinating about this is that it was stuck to a rock. Well, these scientists were looking to nature like barnacles and mussels.
Yeah.
When they were looking for this breakthrough.
Oh, like what are they using to hold on to this shit?
Yes.
Because see, the porous part of a rock is good because that's like the glue can get teeth, but that porous, those pores got to be open. If they're filled with shit, which they are with algae and God knows what in a water type setting, no teeth for the glue.
That's right. So this isn't just about some quirky science stunt. We're talking about an AI engineered adhesive that could change medicine, infrastructure, and maybe even survival itself. Because if you think about it, pal, imagine fixing a burst pipe mid-flood, sealing a wound in the middle of combat, or holding entire marine structures together, all with a glue designed by machines. Now, this glue is inspired by sea creatures and proven simply with a rubber duck test. So the real point of this, Jonny, is that while this seems so obscure and just so like whatever, this test could change much of how we fix things in the future. Like I said, think about adhesives for skin. Think about, physical structures, this new glue that's been designed by scientists, all because they took it out into nature and said, hey, let's see how we can bring this together.
Even super glue is nasty. You know what I mean? How many times have you seen people glue their fingers together? Just regular super glue.
How about, have you? I know I've a couple times got my,
as a kid, it was, I used to always push the limits. I'd be like, ugh, like I do it to see, it's crazy. Check this out. So a couple of my buddies from the strongman world, one of them's a jokester. Well, Eddie Hall, he's a fucking jokester, right?
Yeah.
Not a close buddy, but he actually plays this trick on one of my really close buddies where he takes a fucking plunger, puts all the super glue, and sticks it on his bald head. And then he has to go to the emergency room to get it off.
Are you kidding me?
I swear to God, he does it every fucking year. Every fucking year. My buddy Nick Best. It is the sweetest fucking guy on the planet.
And he's got to go to the emergency room every year to take it off. It's
last year they did. He went right away. This year he fucking waited until the day was over. He didn't wreck his day. He just walked around that thing on his head because it was so viral the year before. Everybody knew what it was. Everybody loved it.
Oh my God. That's just fucking stick the plunger to the head.
Oh, dude, and he makes a video out of it. So he's like putting a whole fucking bottle on the ring of that thing. You know what I mean? it's like serious that. But yeah, this glue we're talking about, I'm really curious to find out what we found.
Oh my god! Remember, guys, how breakthroughs arrive. AI just doesn't replace humans. It amplifies our imagination by designing things we couldn't even think of alone. And I think that's some of the things in the AI world we don't even think about, is that there's this intelligence thinking about things using words and air quotes that we're not even considering, Johnny. So you think about the breakthroughs, potentially coming. There's some experts saying AI is going to help solve, cancer and some medical breakthroughs. So we're going to see some big things happening. But right now we're simply talking about a rubber duck stuck on a rock through the good use of.
We're gonna keep it simple, man. We're talking about a rubber duck today.
That's it. Hey, are you a Justin Bieber fan by any chance? Like by any chance? A little bit.
I can't. So I'll be totally honest. I can't say me personally, but one of my middle daughter. I mean, here's the thing. Anytime my daughters love a song, I'm always going to love it with them because I listen to it with them and I create a memory with them.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yes.
Like I can remember when I can't remember what the song was. She was a sophomore, San Diego State, and it came out, and I remember her hearing it the first time, and she just went into this musical blitz. And so, of course, because of that, I save it and I listen to it because I get to relive that fucking memory.
I
wish I knew I wish I remember what song it was, but it's actually, to be honest, I fucking like the song. It's pretty fucking good.
Well, I enjoy Bieber. I really do. Good morning, Rico. I see you there in the comments. I see everybody there in the comments. Good morning, Lady Drew. Good morning, B Drive. Good morning, everybody. Well, I found something really funny. I know that I'm sure the Beebs isn't a big part of our audience here, but imagine being in one of the hottest clubs in Vegas. Lights flashing, DJs are on, and then suddenly Bieber takes the stage. Except it wasn't Bieber. Over the weekend, French impersonator Dylan Desclose pulled off a wild stunt at Wynn's Excess nightclub, fooling staff, fans, and even the DJ himself into thinking Bieber himself was in the building. And actually, and I don't know, Jimmy, if you have the video there to run, but the prank went beyond just karaoke. The guy actually started playing on stage, Johnny. They put him up on stage.
Was he fucking good?
Yeah, I saw the clip. He had tattoos. He had security. He had signature.
But could he sing? Could he actually? So he impersonated all the way through, not just in the stuff that any dickweed could do with got a bag of money. He could actually sing and make people think that was him.
Yeah, it's exactly it. So
they weren't thinking, Jesus Christ, Justin sucks tonight.
No, it was like, oh my God, we were in the club. So what I found humorous with this,
dude,
it's a lesson in perception and identity and how easily we as humans can get swept up, Johnny, in the hype of a moment. Right,
well,
you're
dude,
in the club.
Right. Yes.
Exactly
Yes.
Right?
Well, then there's the flip side of that. So check this out. So, God, I don't know how old I was. I was in my early 20s. I was in LA, kind of during my stupid phase, and a buddy of mine had got tickets to Prince's club.
Oh yeah.
And the Ramones were playing there, right? Because he would always ask friends, and they would play short sets, but it would just be a great. But anyway, the Ramones finish. Prince fucking walks out and plays a couple of fucking songs, but it went the other way. It was like, no, that can't be him. You know what I mean? Because it's like, your mind can play that both directions. You know what I mean? And you're so used to hearing his stuff on a record. Live is never quite the same. So I remember thinking, this is not fucking Prince. Why did Prince let this happen? But in actuality, it was. But it's crazy how the brain will do weird shit.
Absolutely. What a sad day when Prince died.
Dude, yeah. Wasn't it fentanyl that got him too?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. 100% it was. Yeah.
Yeah, fentanyl. Well, because the first one was Michael Jackson was fentanyl, right?
No, I'm sorry. We're wrong. We're not right. Jackson and Prince was Propiol, which is it's a sleeping aid for anesthesiologists, not fentanyl. It's Propiol, or how it's called. Yeah. We lost Prince was an icon, man. I was a huge fan of Prince. Minneapolis guy, just down the road from me, of course. But that guy was an icon. There's just some people that
he played on Purple Rain. He did every single thing, every music, every back. There was him in a studio. That was it. That's fucking nuts.
Remember that movie Purple Rain? That was a classic. Remember that movie?
I remember the movie. If I watched it, it would feel like the first time.
Yeah, what a great movie, man. Yeah, Rico, you're right, man. We always need to party because 1999. Well, that's a classic movie. I'm a huge fan of Prince. There was a few artists we lost there for a while there. We had lost Tom Wieland, of course. We lost Soundgarden. We lost
Chris Cornell. What a fucking savage he was.
Chester Bennington. There's 3 artists there for a while there. That's Stone Temple Pilots. We lost Wieland. We lost Chris Cornell. We lost Chester Bennington. 3 of the greatest voices in rock and roll. And then, of course, Prince before that. Like, dude.
And what was the dude from Alice in Chains? I love his fucking.
Oh, Lane Staley too, dude.
Yeah, he was my favorite vocal.
Yes. Oh man, that's some revisiting some great music hacks here. Good morning, everybody. Here with Keith and Johnny here on Mornings Live with Keith and John. Getting after at 8:30 Eastern time. We got Andrew Romero. I just see us joining in the green room there. We'll bring Andrew up in a couple of moments. Before we do that, though.
Hey, speaking of movies, last night Terry wanted to watch a movie for our time. We watched 9.5 weeks. Holy shit, what a fucking great flick that was. Holy shit. Talk about the seductive power of Mickey Rourke. God damn.
Dude, 9.5 weeks. That's a movie for. Did you guys watch it on VHS or beta, or did you?
We got one of those. I don't know what you call it. It's one of those sticks where you can tell it to go find whatever movie you want.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's a classic, eh? And yeah, Mickey Rourke. I was a huge fan of Mickey Rourke, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. I mean, it was. It's crazy if you look at like some of the stuff, like because Terry's all about the art of it. Like she's all look at how they put the light behind her, and it was really kind of artistic back before it turned into like blockbuster, pump it out type movies.
I can appreciate you saying that with Terry because I think you're seeing the content I'm creating and putting out there. As a creator, I pay attention to that kind of stuff. Like I love direction. I love the artistic design, and I love. To me, it's part of the creative output. So, like when I'm watching artists like Christopher Nolan or Michael Mann or the director of 9.5 Weeks, I'm paying attention to how the light goes. Like I love all that shit, right? Because that's how you create. Well, we're in the entertainment business, right? So you got to entertain, and it happens with light and sound and the glasses on your face and the hat on your head, right? It's all those little details, right?
Yeah, 100%. And then of Mickey, back in those days, he was such a strapping dude. Then he went fucking a little sideways trying to get his shit straightened out with plastic surgery. Oh my Lord, Would you say just sideways, or would you say sideways and backwards and up and down and in circles? And I don't know. Jesus. Well, keep in mind he was a fighter, so he got his face all fucking beat up. Yes. And then tried to straighten it up again. Yeah. Like holy Christ.
Yes. Well, yeah, 100%. Yeah. He I was a fan of Rourke for sure. Let me know when we can bring him in there, Jimmy. I was trying to type it out to you. Okay, thanks, Jimmy. We got Andrew Romero joining us in a couple minutes here. Guys, you can join the show here. Hey, Johnny, do you want to sneak away for a quick little break before we bring Andrew in?
Yeah, I'll take that. And by the way, I think I got my shitting schedule squared back up, so I get those out of the way before I get here.
Wonderful! I'm really glad. I'm really glad.
I was really struggling with that because there's no fucking bidet out here in the guest house, and I was like, I just feel dirty after that.
I'm glad we've had that conversation. Oh, and just so you know, too, Lady Drew corrected us. Lady Drew telling us it's the scrotum. No, Lady Drew, John and I know what the scrotum is. We're talking about the taint in between the scrotum and the anus. Aren't you, Johnny? You're talking about the taint.
Yeah. It's like that little. I don't know. Maybe it's about that fucking far.
Yeah, it's the taint. It's right in between.
It's almost like if you push on it, it's like where that's where the I guess you'd say like the origin of the fucking penis is. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's like if you give it a push right now, that's where it goes up inside. Go on, give it a push. You want to.
Jimmy right now is giving us the emoji of the hand on the face emoji. Johnny,
listen, what's my job? What's my job on this show? What's that motherfucker going to say next? Everybody, give that spot a little push. You want to.
We got Andrew Romero going, what the hell am I getting myself? Oh, yeah, the perineum. Thanks, Melissa, not the taint. Oh, yeah. Well, so listen, I thought it was called the taint.
What is the taint? I don't even know what the fucking taint is.
He pops back up on screen.
I didn't even realize you took me off. I was looking down I was looking at the bottom row.
That was Jimmy getting after it there on the butt tits. The perineum, yes, it's called the.
Well, what's the taint? What's if a perineum? That's the perineum. Then what's the taint?
Well, maybe that's Johnny.
Is that the little stretchiest tissue on the other side of the bunghole?
We're talking perineum and taints. Johnny, go to the can. We're gonna bring our guest in here. Hold on, hey Jimmy, hold on. Let's get a clock. Hey Grok.
With this perineum and taint.
Hey Grok, is it the perineum or the taint? Grok, can you confirm for us? Is it the perineum or the taint?
Haha, Keith, you're keeping me on my toes with this one. All right, let's clear it up. The perineum is the proper anatomical term for that area between the scrotum and anus in men, or vulva and anus in women. Just that sensitive strip of skin. The taint is a slang term for the same spot. A bit cheeky. Comes from it ain't this and it ain't that. So, they're the same thing. Just one's formal and one's got that barroom vibe. You good with that? Or want me to dig deeper?
Yeah. Are you dropping puns, Grok? Do I want you to dig deeper into the perineum or into the taint? No, because we have a guest. Today, we've got someone who went, Grok, I'm putting you on mute. Today, we got someone who went from dodging security guard to wondering what the hell he's doing walking into the show this morning with his skateboard to building surveillance tools for Canada's intelligence service. Yes, it ain't this and it ain't that, Melissa. I just can't collect myself. This dude is not James Bond. No, he's Q. Jimmy, let's get the opener.
What if the skills that made you a rebel could become the foundation of your greatest professional achievement? Most men believe that breaking rules and building systems are opposite forces. But breakthrough leaders understand something different. The key isn't abandoning your unconventional thinking. It's channeling that same creative problem solving into purposeful protection. When Andrew Romero traded his skateboard for surveillance technology, he didn't lose his edge, he sharpened it. Today, successful leaders are discovering that their most disruptive instincts can become their most valuable professional assets. Stop apologizing for thinking differently. Start leveraging that perspective to build something that matters. Your unconventional background isn't your weakness, it's your competitive advantage.
Morning, fellas. Hey, I'm still collecting myself. Imagine spending over a decade building covert surveillance technology and running tech ops for Canada's national security, then walking away because you wanted more operational freedom. Well, that's exactly what today's guest, Andrew Romero, did. This former CSIS technical ops agent traded government shadows to startup struggles. And he's here to join us this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jonny, and Friends. He's multilingual. He's presented at conferences on different continents and somehow turned his teenage hobby of breaking into buildings to find skateboarding spots into a legitimate intelligence career. True story. Jimmy, let's bring him up. Let's bring in Andrew Romero onto Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jonny, and Friends. What's going on, Andrew?
Good morning. How's it going, guys?
Andrew, what's up, brother?
This is how I should wake up every single morning, is watching the show, because you guys just cranked me up, and then I was like, scrotums? What's going on?
Wait, so as you know, so Grok clarified it for us that it's actually called the perineum, even though the taint is correct as well, but it is actually the perineum. So if we're thinking, so as you go through your day, Amaro, and you go into the can throughout the day, just be thinking about your perineum. It's important to us.
Perineum. Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to strangers and be like, "Listen, do you know what a perineum is?"
Yes,
because if you don't,
we didn't say perennial. We're not talking flowers or vulvas, not perennials or vulvas, perineums.
Yes,
I like my man. He fits right in here. You know, sometimes, brother, sometimes people come on here and they don't know what the fuck to think. You're just diving right in with us, brother. Come on, let's go. Good shit.
Yeah, well, I love it. Keeping on my toes. So
you know what's great, Amaro, is that I know that we exchanged some contacts, I think, on LinkedIn, and I think whether it was you reaching out to me or no, you reached out to me to ask me about socks, and I was like, dude. I know it's actually funny, Jonny, because I got a crack with so Amaro, we're all about throwing our brothers under the bus. So Amaro sends me a cold call, I think it was, and he's like, "Hey, you want to buy something from me?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't think you fucking done your homework." I'm like, "I don't wear socks," kind of something like that. And I sent him a text back, and he's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Why don't you come on my show?" And he's like, "Do you think I can be on your show?" I said, "What do you think?" He checked out the show, and he's like, "I'm going to be on your show." So Andrew Romero's here. And because I liked your vibe, Amaro. I liked your content. I liked your look. I liked where you came from. I'm like, no, this guy's going to fit
right back at you, man. Yeah, no, it's great. It's funny how things work out, right? And I'm open to like it's kind of like the experience, a human experience, right? You don't know where things are going to take you. So it's pretty funny. You replied back, you're like, I'm a rock star, man. I don't wear socks. I'm like, this guy I want to talk to. So yeah. And you know, it's kind of cool to get on and start like listening to what you guys are talking about, because you know, it's pretty fun, and it's kind of, you touch on so many different topics, and it's exciting. And that's kind of how I like to, you know, lead my life, doing exciting things and fun things, right?
That's, brother, you just hit it on the head right there. You know, if people spent more time focused on doing what they wanted to do and their decisions weren't altered by what people thought, they'd be much happier.
Yep. And I grabbed because I saw John there with his guns. I like basically started grabbing my, you know, my lift.
Nice. There we go, baby. There we go.
While I'm on my computer here, because I can't show up with these little guns, you know. So
I love it, brother. I'm digging the beard, by the way. Very cool.
Thank you. I started going white when I was 26, so now it's no coming back. Although a couple years back, I did go to Shoppers, and I was like, oh, look, just for men. Wonder if I can grab, like, you know, dark gray or dark brown or whatever, and just did it. Came out. My wife freaked out. Everyone's like, is Andrew okay? Like,
no, this right here is fucking great. I was actually, because I'm still got a little bit of the salt and pepper. I think the more gray it gets, the better it looks. And you're already there, brother. You got that at 26?
Well, I started getting at 26, and then it kind of slowly just took over.
So when did it turn all the way gray? I don't even call that gray. That's silver, brother.
Silver, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll call it silver, yeah. I don't know, probably like 10 years ago it started going all. So yeah.
Right on, bro. Well, you know, I can totally see at 26 how, you know, that would be, because at 26 we're like, we want to look young, right? Like at you know, like at this point we get a little older. It's like, you know, the gray hair, people think we're older, but we're still kicking ass and we look good, and we don't live that life. So it's kind of a weird. I didn't have to deal with that when I had to deal with my hair falling out. So that was a whole different deal. But well, brother, tell me about, so you started off with a skateboarder, and obviously you're dealing with security, right? So then you said, well, you learned enough about these, how they were doing it improperly. You said, fuck it, I'm going to do this right. Tell the story.
Yeah, well, so I still skateboard for the record. You know, I'm probably
baby. I would have I wouldn't have taken that. I totally can see that.
And yeah, so when I was younger and stuff in high school and all that, you know, picked up skateboarding, and part of skateboarding is just there weren't many parks and things like were dedicated for skateboarding. So you kind of just
where were you?
In Ottawa. In Canada.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you have to be in a place like LA, and even then they were struggling looking for empty pools, correct?
Exactly. Yeah. Like that was I mean, yeah, that story is amazing for sure. The Dogtown and the Z Boys. Yeah. So unfortunately mine wasn't as cool as that, but you know, we skated in the parking lot, skated inside the school, and everywhere we could like find a spot. So we ended up looking for, you know, anywhere and everything as a skateboard spot. So your brain kind of just gets rewired in a way where it's like some people look at a curb and they're like, that's what you step up onto or park beside or whatever. When you start skateboarding, you're like, no, man, that curb can be hours of fun. Same thing with steps and railings and stuff like that. So anyways, like as you get going a little bit further and you find like some supreme spots, they're usually behind fences or behind some gates. So you start like, okay, well, how do I get through these gates? How do I like either pick the lock, cut the lock, or jump over the fence? And how long do I have to stay there? We used to try to like go skate at the mall as well, inside the mall early mornings, because it was super smooth.
Shit. Oh, and I can imagine. What were the security guards in there? Oh, you must have just been running away from them. I mean, they couldn't catch you, could they?
15 minutes. And we had to figure out like which entrances they would come in from or come, you know, block. So if we like had to duck down through the parking lot, if we had to go through the second floor and out through the bus terminal, that type of stuff. So, you know, all of that was like, you know, it seemed like we're a bunch of shit disturbers, which we were, but we weren't causing too much harm. It's just that we wanted to do our sport and we wanted to have fun. And
you know, on that level, I think people don't understand it. I think that they think that they're more shit disturbers than they are, when skaters just want a good place to fucking skate.
Yeah, man. I think skaters, like you know, as I'm in my 40s now and I start thinking about what skateboarding is, you still have like a lot of shit disturbers and kids that are, you know, are in their bad ways. But I feel like skateboarders have a lot of positivity, right?
Yeah.
One is like they're super resilient. You won't meet a skateboarder that gives up. Skateboarders fucking they'll try their tricks over and over and over until they fucking land it. And they'll spend hours, days, months trying to do that one trick, and they won't give up. And that's one thing that, you know, if you go to other sports, you might find people that won't try that hard. They'll just give it up. But skateboarding is one of those where you eat shit and you come back for more. And you're like, how do you, it's like part of your
it's life lesson, baby. It's life lesson right there, isn't it?
It is. It is. And I'm like, always, you know, I tell people, I'm like, if you want to hire somebody, it's not going to give up, hire a skateboarder, because they know how to look at things differently. They don't give up. And I even say too, like in the hacking world, I always say that skateboarders are kind of like, you know, one of the first hackers, where they live life hacking, because people walk past stairs, people walk past all kinds of like structures, and they don't even give it a second. They're just like, it's just structures. Skateboarders look at it and they're like, oh shit, look, I can do this type of trick on this. This would be awesome in a movie. And let me do it. So,
yeah, totally. I was going to say, you know, because it's especially in, you know, trying to think of a trick, you know, create the trick or duplicate someone else's. There's doing it until you get it. There's a, you know, you're developing a really, really strong, you know, I guess you'd call it problem solving skill set, because the problem is okay, first you're landing over here, then you're landing over, you know, every time you get a little more feedback, you're dialing in, you know, so just that whole thought process of collecting the data and taking a slightly different step, really helpful for anything in life, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. So as you're learning the trick, you're learning how you learn as well, right? You're learning more about yourself. There's like a lot of team sports that also teach you a lot about, like, you know, being social and depending on a team. But there's skateboarding and surfing and some of the snowboarding, those individual sports, you depend a lot on yourself, right? So you kind of.
So how did this all turn into your? How did this turn into your business? That's where I mean, I clearly you understand both sides of the equation, which makes you a perfect guy to do this. But what was the? How did the whole thing happen?
So I kind of had a bit of, you know, in high school, I, you know, was smart, but didn't really care for high school very much. Didn't really fit in that much on, you know, the academic side. So I didn't really know what to do with my life. And I don't know how many 17, 16-year-olds do anyways, but I didn't know what to do. Told by one of my guidance counselors to leave school and make room for others, which was a pretty shitty thing for her to do, but whatever. It led me down the path that I'm on right now. So I decided to join the military and went to basic training, which was funny because I hated authority, right? But I was like, I wanted to go into basic training. I wanted to go and join the Navy so I can jump out of helicopters, dive under boats and look for bombs. I figured it'd be fun. You know, I was into skydiving. I was into bungee jumping, doing all that stuff. So I'm like, let me do this because I'll get paid and I'll get to jump out of helicopters, which is awesome. So that's kind of where it led me to. What I didn't realize I was going to find out is once I joined the military and did the basic training, was that I was taught that discipline and structure and things like that can actually tune all of the skills that I had into awesomeness, which was something pretty cool. So I realized that I can do a lot more if I was disciplined and structured, and it was pretty great. So I learned quite a lot more about myself and the fact that military could help me. So that's kind of what happened. After that, I decided to go back to school, got my engineering degree. So that's where, like,
well, real quick, let me just sneak in right there. You said something so profound. I want the audience to understand that. He had these skill sets, but then he realized that discipline applied to those made a completely different outcome. And that right there, I think, is so important for people to understand. Sometimes you see people that have the best skills on the planet, but they don't have the discipline to actually do anything with them. And they're basically just an undiscovered talent, so to speak. So this is really cool how you recognize that early in life, and look what you did with it.
Yeah. And that was the thing too. Like, to me, before that, I was like thinking discipline was something that authority put onto you, right? Something that they forced onto you, right? But this discipline is almost like from inside out. So you're putting that discipline onto yourself, and that's quite different. And it might seem simple and, you know, obvious to other people, but to me, I was like, oh, hang on, it's not someone else forcing something onto me. It's me doing it to myself.
Yep.
Yeah. So then I went back to school, got an engineering degree, and that was kind of, again, part of like figuring out how things worked from, you know, a very basic to, you know, fundamental ways of how things worked, and then trying to break those things to make them better. So from the engineering stuff, I started working for a defense contractor, and it kind of like the military security kind of stuck around. Fast forward a bit, I was recruited by CSIS. I went to HQ and I did clandestine stuff. So physical stuff, which was,
Dude,
you know, breaking into
stuff.
What's that?
Like, what kind of stuff? Share some really cool shit you did. Like some cool shit.
Yes, exactly. Okay, like this is not. No one's watching this, right? Everything's like
no one's watching. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, you know, breaking into places, so breaking into facilities, crawling through attics and stuff like that. That was
like,
kind of the
hold
stuff
on. Breaking into places.
Yes, obviously with warrants and making sure that everything was up and up.
I know, but I'm just having some fun with you. That's so you went from a guy who questioned authority. Just hear me, listen, brother. You went from a guy who questioned authority to being the authoritative boss, going, I'm fucking breaking into that place. I am the authority.
Yes, yeah. I can see the, you know, I can see the irony in this. Yes, but you know, I still question authority. Let's just be clear. I still do. It's not something that has ever left. Maybe anyways, like how I left CSIS afterwards was maybe some, you know, another reason, or some of the fundamentals that kind of didn't click even after a decade of being there. But yeah, after doing the physical stuff, I started poking around, as I always do. I'm like curious, started finding out some more at the time, which was like online assets, which was more of like the cyber side. And I was like, oh, this seems really cool. And I can actually bring my experience on the physical side to the cyber side, because what's cybersecurity? It's essentially trying to break through the digital world using some of the physical techniques. You know, social engineering, we use that on the physical side. So that's where I started getting a lot more experience. I was then promoted up to one of the regions, which gave me direct contact in supporting national investigations, which was great. So we hear all the details start to finish, right? So that's pretty cool. And then I decided to come out and you know, start my own business, mostly because I couldn't really find something or an organization that you know, included things holistically and looked at it like kind of how I want the Clavin people to look at. So the way it's like, I look at you as a target, I'm going to consider everything from everything you drive, where you have coffee, where you live, who you talk to, versus most of the cybersecurity companies out there are just looking at, oh, I'm going to put this one box in your server room and you're going to be more secure. And in fact, you're not. So I'm not going to sell you a box. I'm selling you a security platform, a security foundation.
Quick, explain a box for everybody that's listening, because I don't understand box. I have to imagine other people don't too. Define that for us? Help us understand.
I'm just using that word as a box. It could be like anything from a firewall or a piece of software that, you know, you buy. So
a protective mechanism.
Like a protective mechanism. Okay. And let's say,
John, if I can add to this too, Andrew, I want to sort of interrupt you, but I want to add to this too, John. I think what can relate to you, John, is what I'm hearing Andrew say is that, John, customers come to you and say, I want to get a 6-pack. You're like, no, I don't sell you that. You want to work with me? You're going to work with me for 6 months to a year. It's a transformational package. I think what Andrew is saying is that, oh, you want a package? Oh yeah, I'm the guy who's going to put a metaphorical box. I'm going to give you this solution. It's going to fix you. It's the 6-pack. And Andrew's like, no, actually, I don't just sell you the 6-pack solution.
So it's the full fucking package, the life changer. The lifetime security evolution. I got you. Okay.
I'm going to come watch your people. I'm going to come look at your equipment. I'm going to come look at your entire business, so that it's
full service, full fucking service.
Am I hearing you correctly, Merrill? That's what I'm hearing you, right, brother?
100%. No, you hit it on the head for sure. Yeah.
Well, thanks for clarifying that, because I was starting to lose track of the conversations.
Well, what I find fascinating about what he said though is because, and I'm loving this, is because if I'm a nefarious character, it's me as the human that buys the box, but it's what I drive, where I go to, who I associate with, everything I'm doing along the way that you're picking. It's like Johnny's saying that, just because you have a good habit that 1 hour of the day, the 23 suck. I'm going to help you fix the whole 24. You're saying to me the whole thing.
Exactly.
That's interesting too.
That's exactly it. That's a really good example. I mean, that was really quick of you too. So I'd say, yeah, you're looking at, I want the 6-pack, but you need to change kind of like your lifestyle, what you eat and so on. Right.
Yeah.
I'm also looking for that 6-pack, by the way. If you have like a 7-second workout, I'll take it. No, I'm just kidding.
We don't do 7. We do the 3-second.
Okay. So same thing. Like when you're looking at security, for example, it's a team sport, right? So you need everything. Like you hear of security culture and all that stuff. So if you want the organization to be able to defend against anything, then everyone needs to be on board, not just the IT team. And you'll hear a lot about, IT team doing this or physical security team doing that. None of them talk to each other. So it's very siloed. And we all know if stuff is siloed, it doesn't really work as a team. And then what do you do as a bad guy? You find those gaps, right? Because the silos aren't talking to each other. So it's more of like looking at that holistic approach. And so that's where Clavin Security comes in. And to make it simpler, after a few years of, trying to put the brand together and trying to explain things to clients, because I can offer a lot of things, it's more of we're focusing on now compliance and helping startups. And I know startups are like, everyone I talk to is like, oh, why don't you just go government contracts, go to the big money? And I'm like, no, startups are the best. And I'll tell you why. And you probably know this already, but startup founders are shit disturbers. They're troublemakers.
Yes.
They want to break the mold. They want to like disrupt. So I'm just like, hey, me and you, we can hang out, right? Like you guys are cool. So it's like, you'll go in, it's like 2 guys or 2 gals, whatever. It's like, and they want to like change the world. They want to change something. And you're like, yeah, let's do it. It's like literally, again, the skateboarding mentality. It's like, I'm looking at the world differently. I'm looking at solutions differently. So why not? So that's what I'm focusing on, is helping startups get that foundational security. And, hopefully I can sneak in some other stuff. But when they start with 2 people, they can scale to 20 to 200, and they have that security that they can really scale up versus I'll have clients that are like 200 people and you're trying to backtrack and backfill. And that's difficult because now you're changing how everyone operates, and nobody likes change.
It's always best when you can put everything, plant all the seeds and just build it right from the start versus having to go back. And, it's almost like I'm better off. I would much rather have a client that doesn't know shit than a guy that thinks he knows shit. Now I got to go back and God damn it. And sometimes I'll even say to him, look, if you could just forget all that, because it's just getting in the way. It's almost like what they had before you is just a hindrance. Yeah.
Well, that's what we call a bullshitter, Johnny. That's what John Petricelli would say. That's a bullshitter, the person who thinks they know everything, but they're just bullshitting. But they actually don't know, frankly, shit.
And sometimes they actually believe their own shit, which Petricelli talked about too.
That's exactly it, right? Which means hey, Andrew, we have a guy on our show. We got a professor of bullshit. You got to meet John Petricelli, a solid dude here, one of the members of the community. Good morning, everybody. You're hanging out with myself, John Anderson, Keith Billis here with our guest, Andrew Romero from Clavin Security and Clavin Physical and Cybersecurity Services. Good morning, Adam. I see you there in the comments. Good to have you here. I haven't seen you in the comments for a while there, Adam. Good to see you, just a guest as well. Hey, Andrew, do you have employees working for you?
I do, yeah. Yeah, so we have a small team. So we're all, most of the time, not to discriminate, but we typically have CSE folks, ex-CSE folks, ex-CSIS, ex-military, and then the most fun or the badass are like the natural born hackers.
Yeah.
So these are people that, I don't really look at what education they have. I look at what they have fun doing, right?
I love that. That's great.
I ask them, that's so good. That's so good, brother. So good.
What are you looking at on the side? Like, what projects are you doing? What kind of things do you notice when you go into a system? Tell me about the fun stuff. And one of my best employees was this young guy from Vancouver. He used to fight wildfires, right?
Yeah.
And from a young age, he was like fighting wildfires. And I was just like, dude, how do you do this? And he told me his whole process, like his dependence on himself, his like, work ethic and so on. And I was like, you got to join us. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah. Those are like the intangible things. Like, a lot of people are asking for a gazillion different certifications. And then you find people with certs, not all, but sometimes don't really have that, that keen ability to be a hacker, because it's just how you think and how you operate. Right.
Johnny. Yeah. It's like the character of a person. I'm the same way. I look at, I can teach a person what I need them to do to be a part of my team, but what I can't teach is that thing that you just described. Like, he was self-reliant. He was able to do this. He was able to do that. He's got that thing that gets him up and you can't teach someone to be an ass kicker. They've got it's something they got to come to
and
you with,
and not give up, right? It's like
Yeah.
you don't want people to give up. You find like a lot of the times like people are just like, oh, it's too hard, and you're like, why didn't you finish it? They're like, I just couldn't. I'm like, why couldn't you? Like, what did you try? Like, what resources did you tap into? Like, did you ask questions? Like, you need to want to finish it, and regardless of what the challenges are, right?
Hey, Andrew, I want to be respectful of your time, brother. Are you able to stick around for a few extra minutes with us?
Yes. Yep. I can. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate
Yeah, absolutely. Two things stand out for me that I want to throw at you. Two things before we get into some quick hitters. First one is, and Johnny, I think your ears will perk up and listen too, man. So you, John, like me, I think are ones who have maybe questioned authority or have not liked authority in lifetime, but yet now as a leader, Johnny, and myself as a leader, you turn into an authority figure. So Amaro, I'm coming to you, brother. You're now a boss. You're now an authority figure. You are now working with guys who are like you, who don't like authority. So how do you as a leader, because this is a learning here, because I had to learn myself how to lead others who might not like authority. How do you as a leader lead your team when you know that they don't like authority?
That's a great question, and you totally putting me on the spot here, but I'd say that
you came onto a show with two handsome men that just aren't smart.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, real quick, Andrew, a quick side note, right? I just got it. But this little bastard says handsome dudes, right? So he makes AI characters for us. His AI character looks like he could be a fucking rock star. My AI character looks like I'm on fucking chemotherapy. Is that what's up?
That's not fair. That's not fair.
Exactly. Thank you.
You'll be knowing Melissa's working on a better version of you, my brother. So Melissa is hard at making a bigger, stronger version of John Anderson. Andrew, how do you answer that question, though, brother? How do you teach authority when you don't respect authority?
Yeah, so to me, authority is a couple of different things, right? So leadership and authority are totally different, right? So there's authority where it's something that's imposed onto you without any sort of logical reasoning, something that doesn't really fit with how you operate. Some of the laws that you have that seem like totally just, subjective. And that's kind of the thing. So when I'm trying to lead my team, for one, I start off not with the authority. I start looking at what the strengths are of the people. And I start to see that what can we use him or her for, and be able to, make them even better. And I always say that, like, when you come work for me, I don't want you to just stay with me. I want you to get way better so that you can get like an even better job. I'm not going to keep you behind. I'm not going to hold you back. I want you to be a fucking rock star. Yeah. And so to me, that's leadership is like, leading by example is another thing. When I think of authority as more of like, you're doing stupid shit, but then you expect that others not to do the same stupid shit. And then you get them in trouble. Right. It's like, so that's to me where I don't like authority, because I find it's like very hypocritical. So when I'm talking about leadership, positive leadership is don't be a fucking hypocrite. Be, lead by example. And
that's so it. The leader has to lead. He lives the way he leads. Otherwise, he's full of shit.
Yeah, exactly. And then because you're, honest and authentic, people typically follow you because they know that you have their best interests in mind. And I mean, like, being a leader is kind of about that. It's about, that you recognize that you have skills, but you need others to help you, surpass certain challenges. So recognizing that you're not just a fucking one-man show, you need your team. I think that's huge, because if you think you're just the one guy that's going to do it all, people aren't going to fucking follow you. So that's kind of how I try to do it. I mean, it's worked well. Obviously, like, there's situations where it never works, but I don't know. To me, leadership and authority are kind of different. So, authority to me, I think of like putting down the hammer. Leadership's more of like, let's get this shit done, and I'll be in the front, taking the hits so that you can do your shit.
And if you got the proper leader in place who's living it, that culture is going to be created, and then the authority is really the culture that does it.
Yes,
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So what happens, Johnny, is that authority disperses within the team, and the team.
They're like, we're not putting up with that, and it's not one person that's attacking the fuck up. So
I would suggest that authority turns into accountability, where John
100%.
as part of the Keith and John team, you know, if I'm dragging my ass, Johnny's like, Billis, come on, man, you're fucking holding us back.
Yeah,
like,
it's like, this is the way we do it. If you want to do it, great, stay here. If you don't, go find somewhere else.
It's exactly it. Andrew got some great comments from the community here. Questioning doesn't necessarily mean disrespect, but rather a desire for transparency and accountability. And then we got B Drive coming in. That's exactly how I always taught skills to be better than I am at it and grow past me. And then Michael continues with the accountability earned through demonstrated competence, fairness, and ethical behavior. And then authority figures can explain the reasons behind the decisions and listen to concerns. It can foster a great sense of trust and respect. And then Adam comes back and says, I feel like you loan responsibility with trust and see if there's guidance needed in between. Oh, I like that. That's a great quote.
That is a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah. Andrew Romero, I guess for you to share some of your expertise with our audience, because something's happening to me right now in real time. So I am, nation, Uncle Keith over here is being attempted to be socially engineered.
Excellent. Okay.
Andrew, right now for the last 5 days, somebody is trying to get into my Gmail account. And I keep getting, and so guys, and hear me clearly here, guys, because this is going to happen to you. And I'm giving you actually a life-saving fucking tip. Throughout my last number of days, Andrew, I keep getting these pop-ups saying, confirm it's you, confirm it's you. Because what I'm suspecting is eventually what's going to happen, Andrew, is I'm going to get tired of saying, fuck, clear this notification. And I'm just going to hit accept, guys.
Don't hit the fucking button, baby.
Exactly. So I'm sharing with you guys right now that right now somebody's trying to get into my Gmail account and they keep fishing and fishing and fishing. And Andrew, mornings and afternoons and evenings waiting for me to go, fuck, man, accept. Right, Andrew?
Exactly. Yeah, if I can share like another story that's similar to that. So a few years back, Cisco got hit pretty hard. And it wasn't, Cisco is a giant in technology. And so for the hackers to be able to go in and completely take over their entire network, it's massive. Like that is something like street cred to the max. This whoever the team that did it is like SEAL Team 6 type of shit. You've got this one engineer, everything's set up. Let me backtrack a bit. So you have all the defenses in place. You have VPNs, proxies, everything, MFA, multi-factor authentication, two-factor, whatever, all put in place to defend the whole thing. In the meantime, we have this engineer that is using his personal or his laptop, his work laptop, to access his personal email, his Gmail account.
Yeah.
Along the way, his Gmail account gets popped.
Uh-oh.
And we all know that we save our our passwords and stuff to our browser, to our Gmail account. Which, by the way, we shouldn't do. We should have a separate password manager. Okay. So all his passwords were stored into his Google account. Because his Google account was popped, now they have all of that access to that to those passwords. They then they went through it. They obviously used a script and they found this beautiful key to the corporate VPN.
To Cisco.
Which was to Cisco.
Like so the corporate VPN, in the real world, that's Keith and Johnny finding the real key to the Cisco physical headquarters.
Yes.
And Johnny's saying, Keith, we can walk into the building right now.
What is the key? It's not a key to the front door. It's a key to all of their tech.
Network. Yeah.
Well, this is how the engineer would access the network to do work remotely. So
it's like literally open it's literally opening the door to their network.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the engineer has access to probably most of the things because he's a senior engineer. So so they found this password, but guess what? They had a two-factor authentication in place, which is great because if you have the password, you still have to get past the two-factor authentication, which is what Keith is getting.
Yes.
So what they were doing was they're like, oh shit, okay, we have this password, but we need to get this guy to push a button to say, let's go. So they for three days, they called him consistently. They sent him SMSs consistently to the point where it was like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. He finally said, I give up. He pressed it, or he did it by mistake. They fucking got in and they took over, escalated access, privilege. They escalated their privilege access. They created new accounts, which meant even if they changed the password and all this other stuff, they already had new backups made. So they were able to continue on their journey of taking over Cisco. it was wild. But that's what it reminds me of. So don't press that button.
Yeah.
Probably go back, change your password as well. Make sure that that's
never click links unless you know where they're from.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and in a world of fakery everywhere, digital faces, digital voices, digital everything fake, it just even more than anything accelerates the question everything. Johnny.
Yeah, no, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, because I have dual authenticity on all of my shit. So anytime I'm ever going to, I guess, take one of these seriously, it's because I've actually told it to send me a code and it's there a few seconds later. I'm good with that. But 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, these things are constantly coming in. I just ignore them. That's what I'm supposed to be doing, correct?
Exactly. Yeah. And sometimes too, like if you can sit down and think about it, if you're getting these prompts as two-factor, it might mean that the attackers have your password, right? So then we can start thinking about maybe going to a website called Have I Been Pwned, which shows you that is my email address in any of the data breaches. So you can check if your email address and your password have been included in any data breach. You can check that on your own. I could put that and give it to Jimmy and put it on the site, but it's free to try, and you can see where your email's been in breaches. Mine's been
right. I guess if they are trying to hit me on a two-factor, they have my password.
Exactly. So one of the things
right. They're
like,
deeper in, huh?
Yeah. So then it's like, go change your password and then make sure that you don't reuse that password on any other service too, because if they're hitting your Gmail, they're probably hitting your LinkedIn. They're hitting all the other ones with the same password in hopes that it works, because believe it or not, people reuse their passwords a ton. Right. 100%. And that's why like the password manager is simple to use. There's like lots that are free, and you can generate new ones. You could use pass phrases instead of passwords, and it could be a new one every single time, so that if they pop one account, they don't pop all the others. So it's reducing your risk and reducing your impact, right? So.
Awesome. Andrew Romero joining us, dropping nuggets. Andrew, I can have you here for hours, but I think we got to be respectful and got to get you on with your day here. Romero, I want to do some rapid fire with you quickly, okay, before we walk out of here, or else I feel like I haven't done my job here. So if I can, I'm going to get you with some quick hitters here, brother. Which would you rather have for a day, skateboard or surveillance gadget?
For a date, you say, or a day?
For a day.
For a day?
Yeah.
Man, that's a tough one. I would go skateboarding because I need to get in shape.
Yeah, there you go. Which is easier to bypass, a physical lock or a digital firewall?
Ooh, I would say a digital firewall.
Best spy movie ever made?
Ooh, best spy movie ever made. Does it count? I would say Date Night.
Oh yeah,
Date Night.
Yeah, there we go. If you could
not really a spy movie, but it's something. Yeah.
If you could be anywhere in the world right now, where would it be?
Oh man, Edicida. There's a place in Portugal, Edicida. It's a bit north of Lisbon. It's like known as one of the surfing capitals of the world. It's just a small fishing.
Oh, you surf too?
Village. Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
And that place is just, I mean, small fishing village, great food, great waves. Can't ask for more.
Yeah, it sounds like our place is San Felipe. It's a fishing town.
That's God. Yeah. So I was hoping you'd answer, if you could be anywhere in the world right now, where would it be? You'd say here with Keith and John, but that's okay. I understand. Which is more brutal to survive, Ottawa winters or a cyber attack? And be careful, I'm in Winnipeg, so Winnipeg and Ottawa winters may compete.
Okay. I would say the cyber attack for sure. Yeah. I can't. Winnipeg is the peg, right? So you can't.
That's right. That's right. Andrew Romero joining us here this morning, the founder and chief holistic security officer at Clavin Security and cybersecurity officer, former CSIS officer. He's been dropping some nuggets for the last 45 minutes or so with myself and Johnny. Andrew, you're awesome, man. I appreciate you hanging out.
You guys are awesome.
Any closing words, comments? How can folks find you? Listen, here's the reality, nation. This guy offers tactical advice that's useful for you. So I can't encourage you enough to connect with Andrew Romero, guys. Andrew, how can folks find you, connect with you, engage with you, and maybe even hire you?
Yeah, so on LinkedIn, you can find me on there. Just look for, there's a lot of Andrew Romeros, but look for Clavin Security, clavinsecurity.com as well, on contact there. And just reach out. I think the biggest piece is that stop looking at security as like a, dragging your ass. It's more of, it's actually going to give you power to achieve better things, kind of like the discipline in skills. And so don't be afraid of putting security in there. Don't be afraid of asking questions and questioning authority all the time. So
awesome.
And
Jonny,
by the way, it's never too late to start skateboarding.
yes.
There we go, baby.
Closing words for Andrew?
Brother, it was great, man. I love having a dude come on here that's, skateboarder, surfer, looking the way you do, but tangling with the fucking high ups and corporate shit. So really cool.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. It's great to have great to be here. And yeah, thanks again.
Awesome. I'd like to say, Andrew, as once a guest on the show, now you're an alumni on the show. So you got something you want to talk about? You have an announcement? You have something to share? You come back and spend some time with myself and Jonny, and we'll do it again. Okay.
You got it. All right, man.
All right, pal.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to walk Andrew out here. Jonny, you want to take a quick little break here before we keep the show rocking and rolling before I get you out of here?
Yeah. Are we skipping a lifestyle tip?
All right, let's do it. So Jimmy will do a lifestyle. No, I want to do it. That's what I wanted to catch back to you. So we'll do Jimmy will do a lifestyle tip with Jonny, and then we'll transition Jonny to the rester, and then we'll come back with our deep dive and get into the conversation around rock bottom to relentless, how I built my confidence. But we're going to start it with the John Anderson lifestyle tip happening right now.
All right, check this out. Where along the lines did you start to believe that tomorrow would be better than today, or later better than right now? Somewhere, somehow, you became influenced that it was okay to put things off. And in many cases, most people do it and they don't recognize how crippling it can be towards the development of what it is they want in life. So this tip is really simple. It's really just ask yourself some questions. First one is, do you really think that tomorrow is going to be easier or later is going to be better? You probably realize very quickly it's not. Then the second question is, how and why did you adapt this? And I should better say, figure out why you adapted this, but more importantly, how you're going to break free of this. Because when you learn to put procrastination and excuse making on the shelf, your life will change, and it changes so fast. Just give it a test. Say, you know what? Tomorrow, I will not make an excuse or procrastinate. And wait until it's time for you to go to bed. Look at how productive you were, but more importantly, how good you feel. And if you can live that way every day, why would you not? So if you've adapted these ideas, you're really just shortchanging yourself. Rock and roll.
What if the moment everything crumbles isn't your ending, but actually the most powerful foundation you'll ever build from? Every man faces that crushing moment when confidence shatters, when the mirror reflects someone you don't recognize, and when getting out of bed feels like climbing Everest. But here's what breakthrough psychology reveals. The human brain rewires itself most dramatically during our lowest points, creating neural pathways that can forge unshakable resilience. The secret isn't dramatic reinvention. It's strategic microsteps that compound into unstoppable momentum. Today, we're diving deep into the science of rebuilding. Let's get relentless.
All right, guys, we're here for the big conversation. I hit rock bottom. To relentless. How I built my confidence back. And guys, when I put this topic on the table, I thought that I would make it relatable to myself. Let's get into it. We've all hit those moments when confidence shatters, whether it's a failure in business, a health scare, or a personal loss. Those moments feel like it's the end of the story. But for countless men, including myself, they've actually been the beginning. And John and I talked about it at the beginning of the show here, how sometimes we look at rock bottom as maybe we need to rephrase rock bottom as it's a phase of figuring out of what happens next. Rock bottom, to some, strips away the excuses. What's left is the choice. You either stay broken or get relentless. And the men who choose relentless, they rebuild that confidence brick by brick until they are stronger than ever. And I want to share how that's relatable to me this morning. You see, when I came back into the world a couple years back, I thought I had confidence. I thought I was confident. But the truth was I wasn't. I reflect upon those early days, back actually when I met Melissa, and her ears go up and go, huh? Back when I met Jimmy, huh? I thought I was confident. But that confidence was stemming from what I had achieved yesterday. Everything that happened before I climbed a number of mountains. Everything before I had gone through my journey in life. But that confidence, I realized, did not translate to today, to what I'm building today. And what I realized that I was going through a period of being rock bottom, figuring my shit out, figuring my own imposter syndrome, wondering what I was doing next. And that journey started as I started the Live in the Lab show in November or October of 2023. No fucking clue what I was doing. Thought I was confident. I look at some of those videos, look at some of those live shows. I was confident, but I wasn't confident how I am today. I was confidently trying to figure out where I was. And it was relentless. I knew that if I got up every single day and did this every single day, that my confidence would find itself back. That it would be where I needed it to be, which was in front of me. But I knew that I had to get up and get moving. I knew I had to, and when I say get up, I don't talk about the morning, I mean get up, get moving, daily, regularly, walking towards that confidence, walking towards it relentlessly, recognizing that if I kept moving, I was going to be stronger than ever. And then something happened over the last few months, frankly. This energy of this show, this community of all of you has come to life. This chemistry continued to emerge with myself and John. The content kept getting better. The numbers kept moving in the right direction. And I know, like John, I don't get too caught up in the numbers because they can largely be a distraction. But numbers are a great way to keep us going in the right direction. And what they were for me was a reminder that my confidence was back. I know what the fuck I'm doing. How do I know? I see the results. I'm seeing the numbers. I'm seeing the community come to life. I'm seeing the hours of watch time rising. I'm seeing what we're doing that is so drastically different from everybody else. I'm now confident, baby. I'm more confident than ever because I'm now today what I'm going to be tomorrow. I'm not leaning into what I was yesterday. That's on the other side of those mountains that I've climbed. So today, my confidence stems from my relentless approach from the bottom to where I am today and where myself and John Anderson are going tomorrow. And I'm inviting all of you guys along for the ride to help you guys build your confidence every single day, getting up and getting after it. Jimmy, let's bring Johnny up on here. I know he's been listening. Johnny, a lot of this confidence, man, I'll be honest with you, brother. Not that this is a love fest. It comes from you and me. It comes from what we're building here. It comes from showing up every single day and recognizing that what we're doing is making a difference and it's mattering. And I no longer, I'll be really honest, man, I no longer think of myself of the guy who sold his company for $50 million. I think of myself as the guy who's building the next $100 million, $1 billion platform with you. I can't tell you how fucking good it makes me feel.
Well, you know, the idea, you know, letting go of that identity from the past, it's like, that's what you did before.
Yes.
You know, nobody gives a shit about yesterday.
Exactly.
You got to earn those fucking stripes.
Yes.
Every single day. And you're earning a different set of stripes. We're earning a different set of stripes.
Yes.
You know, this fucking project is so big, most people don't understand it. That's why I'm here.
Well, and you know what's interesting, brother? Because I got a topic for tomorrow's show, and we joke about it all the time. But I joke about the fact that I'm not an author, and I haven't chosen to write a book. Well, it's funny because I got a topic for tomorrow's show, and it relates to this, Johnny. But it's I'm just pulling it up here. It is actually because I think you're totally going to relate to it. I never wrote a book. Why daily live conversations are the new authority. Think about it, Johnny. You write a book. The moment you're done that book, it's already dated. Every single day, you and I get up here writing our book for the nation, communicating about our stories, that are constantly living and breathing and changing daily and weekly. Jonny, we are creating a living book on this show every single day. And you know what's crazy? It's easy to write a book. I'll put that in air quotes. Go write a book. It's fucking hard to get up every single day and do what we're doing every single day. So I'm proud of that we do this, what others don't do. Setting a course for others who might wake up and go, oh, I don't want to write a book like everyone else. I want to start a live conversation so I can be an authority. I can be a leader in my space. And Jonny, we're setting that stage, brother.
You know, it's real easy for people to say what they want to do.
Yeah.
It's a different deal for them to actually start to execute it. And then when that honeymoon phase goes away,
yes,
now all of a sudden it comes down to, okay, this might not feel like it did 2 weeks ago, but I have to push through this to find another one of those really, really feel good spaces. And that's the cycle.
The honeymoon phase. That's fascinating, man. Well, this is a good conversation for us to wrap up before you got to rock and roll, because that honeymoon phase, Jonny, kills a lot of people with procrastination. Right. So I have another topic for today, which is ending procrastination before 9 a.m. the morning fix. I had a guy who I invited to the show yesterday, Jonny, and he's like, this could be good timing. I just had a baby and I've been having a hard time getting my mornings going. I've been procrastinating with things. I'm like, dude, show up for our show. That's it. Just show up for our show and you'll recognize that there's no time to procrastinate. Jimmy, let's run the hook here and let's have a quick little chat with Jonny before he's got to get out of here. We'll talk some procrastination, Jimmy.
What if the battle against procrastination isn't won when you wake up, but decided the night before? Every morning, millions of men hit snooze, scroll their phones, and watch their best intentions dissolve into another day of playing catch-up. The cycle feels impossible to break. Breakthrough research reveals that our brains make thousands of micro-decisions before 9 a.m., and each one either builds momentum or creates resistance. The science shows us exactly when and how these patterns form. There's a simple protocol that eliminates decision fatigue and creates automatic momentum, turning your mornings into your competitive advantage. Your transformation starts tonight. Let's unlock the morning fix.
Talking procrastination, and Jonny's a master not procrastinator. And I want to lean to something that you've taught me that I really, really enjoy you talking about, which is how you decide the night before, 12 hours before, how you're not going to procrastinate today. Because you know when you wake up in the morning, your brain's going to be telling you a bunch of things that's going to be fucking with you. And you're like, no, I've made the decisions the night before. Lean into that conversation, Jonny. I think it's a wonderful skill of yours.
It's basically just, it's my version of what Metzer was saying. It's all this, basically, there's all these chunks of life that are non-negotiable that are already predetermined.
Yes.
And, you don't have to think about them. And, I like my systems, right? I use my systems because it frees mental bandwidth, right?
Yeah.
So when I make decisions the night before, I write in my book every night before I go to bed, my next day is fucking planned to the T.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Now I don't have to figure anything out. That part of my brain is complete. I'm done. Now I'm just executing. And I can do much better when I'm executing without having to actually make decisions that should have been made at a different time.
This is the same way when you hear guys like Zuckerberg or Jobs wear the same thing every single day, right, John? Because to them, that decision, there's no decision fatigue. I don't need to think about what I'm going to wear tomorrow because I know I'm wearing my quote unquote my uniform. Would that be the same example, eh, Jonny?
100%. If I was to stand up, you'd see I got my Under Armour drawers on.
Yeah.
I wear these every day, right? Basically, I wear one of these shirts to come on here, and then I'm a t-shirt, and I pretty much do the same thing. I pull a shirt out. I don't really worry about it. But when it comes down to it, these are decisions that you only have so many decisions, so much bandwidth.
Yes.
Where do you want to spend it?
Yes. So I think the best way I'm going to wrap this up, but I'm going to keep it real tight, and I'm going to do this purposely. Guys, if you're struggling with procrastinating or struggling with finding ways to get started, my solution is simple. Join the Mornings in the Lab community. Simple as that. Show up for Matt's show at 7:30. Spend a couple hours with myself, Jonny, and Maddie every single day. Trust me, you spend enough time with us over time, you're going to feel the pull of the current, John, where somebody's not going to be able to procrastinate, or they're just going to tune out. Like, actually, so if you truly want to get your life in order, come hang out in our show. I really can't make it more simple than that. And if it's not for you, that's fine. Go elsewhere. But this show will give you the momentum to move forward. There's no fucking rocket science at all, actually. And you can trust that we'll be here. And guess what happens when Keith's internet goes out? My brother's got my back. So there's never any doubt. There's never any doubt that Keith and John will not be here until we die. True story, Johnny.
Well, here's the thing. Everything he just said, but let's simplify it, right? The best way to overcome that procrastination and that excuse mentality is develop the skill of showing up.
Yes.
Right? So once you learn to show up, that becomes a habit. Then it becomes a state of mind that becomes your lifestyle. It's who you are. So use this show as a tool to help you learn the skill, habit, state of mind, to show up, because you're going to beat 85% of people just by showing up.
And
you don't even have to really do much once you show up.
You don't. And you know what? I'm glad you said that, because I'll end this segment with this. And I'm going to keep saying it till fucking time and time again. 3 weeks ago, there's a gentleman in our circle. His name's Matt Roof. He does this morning show. And like we all have in life, guys, we have our journeys and we have our decisions we make. Well, Matt made a decision one evening and he's like, fuck, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm having some drinks. I'm having some bad food and I don't want to do this, but I'm doing it anyways. And he went on a bender, his own words. But you know what he still did, you guys? The next fucking day, he got up and he did his show. That to me told me, Johnny, this guy's serious, because he didn't have to. Because you've been around the block around enough guys like I have that have made the decision like Matt did, that would have called you or texted you the next day and said, "Oh man, I fucked up last night. I won't see you this morning. I'll see you a little bit later." And then you say to yourself, "Okay, you're just gonna be like the regular guys that have been around." Well, fuck, Roofy showed up, and then last week, he takes his listening and he learns and he keep getting better. My point is, Johnny, when he showed me that he can go through that low point in life, but still get his ass up to come and get up and get in front of the camera, that told me something differently there, man.
Let's go, baby.
What do you got going on today, pal? What do you got going on today? What's in your world?
There was fucking massive days ahead of me. Holy shit, dude. I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Training, client stuff, pickleball, gym. Then I got more client stuff, meeting with my coach, and then life expectancy work. I am going to be tomorrow. I'm going to be in. I'll be in one of those modes where I'm just really loving the fact that my body's going to be recovering. I'm an extremist by nature, so I understand either side. I don't understand the middle very well.
Yeah, I know.
So it's perfect.
I'm the same way. Moderation doesn't work well for me. It's either extreme or it's nothing. So I'm with you there, pal.
Yeah.
Listen, a lot of fun. Tomorrow I got a 10-week series starting tomorrow. It's called Conversation Rally. You and I are going to teach folks over the next 10 weeks how to have a conversation, an entertaining conversation that goes back and forth, that is not just about one person talking. So that's going to be part of tomorrow's conversation, pal.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your life expectancy work. Don't work too hard throughout the day. And I'll look forward to catching up with you in lesson 22.
Have a good loop, brother.
All right, pal. Thanks for having my back, like always. I know you
always,
do.
baby. Always.
All right, pal. All right, Jimmy, let's walk Johnny out of the lab and let's reset. We're going to do this, guys. I'm working on getting some boom, boom, boom. Adam, I see your comment. I appreciate the procrastination subject. A lot of people, myself included, have trouble dealing with that. Adam, let's talk about it. Seriously, man. Actually, Adam, true story. Phone lines are now open. Adam, if you want to call me right now, 431-300-3005, I would love to have that conversation with you right now, live on the air during the community corner. I think, Jimmy, what I'm learning here is that during this during the 30-minute segment here, is when we officially open the phone lines up. So if you guys want to join the call, let's do that. Adam, I want to hear why we have trouble dealing with that. And because you don't eat the frog first, Adam. That's why TV5 coming in. So, guys, I invite you to join the call. 431-300-3005 right now. Mornings in Live. We'll have a conversation. I want to know, are you guys having troubles procrastinating? If you are, what do you do about it? I know when I'm focusing too much on perfection, I end up procrastinating. So, great example. Third hour of this show. This third hour would never have started had I been focusing on perfect. Now, the funny thing is that we haven't got to a full third hour yet, Jimmy. Maybe once or twice we have, but we haven't. But the point is we're getting there, because my goal is with this third hour to continue offering value on the business side, the AI side of things, right? So, but we're building it in chunks. Just like Matty Roof, man. You've watched Roofy's show every single day as he's helping me build this Mornings in the Lab live network. It's progress. And I'm finding that progress is beating the procrastination. So let's talk about it, guys. What's holding you back? Oh my God, just burping away here. What's holding you back from procrastinating? 431-300-3005. What's holding you back? I want to hear all about it. Okay, so guys, before we get to the community corner, there were a few topics that I threw on the table today that we did not get to, that I do want to get into on the show here today, which we can lean at. Adam at work. I'm at work at the moment. My procrastination is debilitating, but it's cascaded from a big low point in life. I need a wife to beat procrastination. TVS. I need a wife. There you go. Well, hey, so TV, maybe we need to find you. A partner here on the show. Then Adam, I'll tell you, man. I'll make an offer to you, Adam. If you want to join the show with me in the future, myself and Jonny, I would love to dig into that dialogue further with you around how we can beat procrastination and maybe that low point in your life. All right, the midnight spoonful. Guys, can peanut butter really hack your sleep, or is it just going to make you fat? Well, let's talk about it.
What if the solution to your restless nights has been sitting in your kitchen pantry this entire time? What if everything you thought you knew about late night eating was completely backwards? You've tried everything. Melatonin supplements, sleep apps, blackout curtains, yet you still find yourself staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. Or worse, jolting awake when your blood sugar crashes in the middle of the night. Scientists have discovered that certain combinations of nutrients can actually trigger your body's natural sleep mechanisms, working with your biology rather than against it. The research reveals how specific compounds can stabilize what happens in your system during those crucial overnight hours. Today, we're diving deep into a simple, science-backed strategy that takes less than 30 seconds, but could transform how you sleep for the rest of your life. It's time to stop fighting your biology and start working with it. Let's unlock this together.
Hey, Grok, are you there? Well, we'll see where Grok is. Let's just see here. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, Grok, are you there? Oh, the phone lines are ringing, though. I know who's calling. Good morning. This is Mornings in the Lab. Is this Lady Drew?
It is. Good morning, everybody.
What's going on?
I just wanted to call in and chime on this. Procrastination, babies. Live each day like it's your last day there is tomorrow. Get out there, get it. And when you get it done, you'll be so much prouder of yourself. You'll feel so exhilarated and enjoy your life more.
Yes.
When you procrastinate, you're going to feel guilty, even though your conscious may not recognize it, but your subconscious will.
So true. Hey,
so how are you doing?
I'm doing awesome, Lady Drew. Hey, Drew, I got a question for you. Do you wrestle with sleepless nights? Like, do you ever look for the peanut butter or for that comfort?
I've noticed with peanut butter, it's really weird on me. I am slightly allergic to it, so I have to be careful with it. But when I take peanut butter before I sleep, it actually causes me breathing issues. So yeah, it interferes in my sleep too.
Oh, I thought you were going to say when I sleep with peanut butter. I was going to say, I think we need to talk about that, Drew.
I almost did. I didn't sleep well last night. Woke up, my cell phone was 2%, even though it was plugged in. But then I'm in an old house. I got to get new receptacles for the plug. Well, I apologize for being late.
And I did like that you did clarify our discussion around the perineum, the scrotum, and the taint. I'm really glad that you were able to provide value in that, because I know that we were very curious in hour one about the body parts of the man being the perineum, the taint, or the scrotum.
Well, I gave it my best shot. And people, if you don't think I'll admit when I'm wrong and criticize myself, yes, I will. But I also laugh at myself. So when I got that scrotum mixed up with the other part. I was like, my God, I studied anatomy. I should have known better.
Well, Drew, get this. You know, science is starting to show that a simple nighttime ritual, a spoonful of peanut butter before bed, might hold the key to stabilizing blood sugar, calming a nervous system, and improving quality of sleep. Now, it's not just a gimmick, it's biology at work. And how it works, Drew, is that the tryptophan is the precursor to serotonin and melatonin. And then you get some magnesium activating the parasympathetic system, reducing stress, calming neurons. And then you get some niacin and B6 helping reduce that sleep latency. And then, Drew, it's giving you that blood sugar stability. Low GI of 14 prevents nighttime spikes and cortisol surges. And then finally, giving you some satiety and recovery. Protein and healthy fats keep you full while aiding overnight muscle repair. I will admit that I've cracked my peanut butter jar. I like to have.
If I can just interject real quick.
Yeah.
If I can interject real quick, I will inform those. If you don't have an allergic reaction to it, even a slight one, because there's been nights where it actually helped me to sleep better. Now, I'm a choosy mother, so I got Jif natural peanut butter that's premium, because even my dogs like it. And it really does make you feel better.
Oh yeah, I try to have my peanut butter and jam sandwich before I go to bed, or peanut butter. If I run out of peanut butter, I am a bitch to be around, honey. It's like my coffee. Oh, there you go. What do you got going on today, Drew?
I've got to put my profile back out. Well, more out there. I've got companies contacting me from business owners worldwide. With all these tariffs in place, I've had 70 of them worldwide contact me and say, we're at a standstill. We want to know what the tariffs are about and how we're going to address that. Other companies are losing their companies, losing employees. So they've got me on the front burner. But today, I'm going to send my profile out there. And for those of y'all who don't know me, I am the one and only Lady Drew, Wonder Woman with a Siamese cat personality. I live up to both sides. I say that so you can quickly learn me, but I love you all. I pray for every single domestic wildlife, the earth, the universe, everyone. And I just want to say congratulations to everyone with your achievements. Never stop, never fear, because that's going to hold you back, and then you're going to feel miserable. Keith, you, Matthew, and Johnny, and Marty, all you guys, including the audience participants that are positive, y'all are doing a fantastic job. Pete, I have to tell you, I know I'm taking a lot of time here, but I wanted to inform you, I am honored and thankful you have your show. Because, honey, when LinkedIn stopped having audio events, I said, this is what they need. They need an audio event where people can text in, call in, speak up. And even for you guys that are introverts, because I was married to one for 10.5 years, he's in heaven now. One word can positively and wonderfully change someone's life, their thinking, and help them to be stronger, better, and go forward.
I appreciate you, Drew. And as you can see, Drew, and I'm speaking to you specifically, you can see my goal, our mission is to create a safe space for every human on this show. So I appreciate your...
Well, can you hear something else? Everybody needs to continue the positivity that you guys present even after this show. So you guys find out where you're at. Contact each other. Lift each other up. Forget all this incredibly amount of texting. Get on a video call. It's the next best thing to visiting in person.
There you go. All right, Lady Drew joining us from the Carolinas. Drew calls us every single day around this time. 431-300-3005. Drew, I'm saying goodbye. We'll talk to you a little later, okay? We're gonna hang up on Drew there, and we're gonna... I'm going to see if Grok is still here. I know that Grok tends to stop working once we bring a phone call in. Petro, I see your comment there. Yes, would love to have you on the show when you get some time to meet you, learn about what you're up to, and talk about procrastination. We got Michael coming back saying synonyms of procrastination are dally, dawdle, delay, lag, and loiter. Yep, that's a lot of dilly-dallying going on there. And then John Petrocelli comes in and chimes in. We're talking peanut butter. The world would be a better place if there were only more crunchy peanut butter. I'm with you there. And B-Drive comes back saying, I'm with you, the crunchier, the better. Hey, guys, what's your favorite peanut butter? I'm curious about that one. I'm an Adams peanut butter guy. But, guys, Adams peanut butter in Canada, Man, it's like $15 a jar. I am all about the Adams peanut butter. Are you guys an Adams peanut butter person, or I would be curious to know about that. Hey, Grok. Hold on. Hey, Grok, are you a peanut butter person? Grok, what kind of Grok? Are you crunchy or creamy peanut butter?
Keith, I'm definitely more of a creamy peanut butter vibe. Smooth, versatile, and easy to spread the love. What's your pick? Crunchy or creamy?
Oh, I'm definitely a crunchy peanut butter guy. Melissa's an almond peanut butter person. Almond butter, I should say. Listen, I love almond butter as well. I love all the nut butters, but I would become a nut butter if that's all that I ate. I struggle with actually just having a little bit of nut butter, peanut butter, any kind of butter on my spoon. Bernard, Jiffy, dude, I've moved away from the Crafts and the Jiffies and the Skippies because of all the sugar in it, but I thoroughly love all that shit as well. Mike Sullivan coming in saying, John Anderson did a reel on peanut butter. The one that's the best is organic, I think, because the rest turns into hydrogenated oil. He's absolutely right. So guys, I can appreciate all of you guys eating the sugar stuff, the Skippy, the Jiffy, the Kraft. And yeah, there's just a bunch of hydrogenated crap in there. Go try the Adams peanut butter jar in the glass jar. It is unbelievable. Hey, you can join the show live right now or in the Mornings in the Lab community. To join the show, 431-300-3005. Do you know we start at 7:30 Eastern time? Yeah, you think we start at 8 o'clock, but we actually don't. Oh, fuck no. There's this little show. It's actually not little anymore. No, it's called Kindness Rising. Some dude named Matt Roof. Yeah, the guy missing a tooth in his mouth. The guy's a fucking rock star. The guy gets up, gets after it, shows you how it's done. Every single day, you're going to lean into his energy, into his music. It's going to get your day moving. It's going to get your day moving in a direction to get you over to this show in the morning. So, you guys that struggle with procrastinating, struggle with wondering where you're going to get after, struggling with how you're going to get after your day, maybe just struggling in your world where you're looking to talk to somebody. Come join Matt's show, 7:30 Eastern time, Kindness Rising. And then lead right up into Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jonny, and friends, and Maddie too. Matt's not going anywhere. I can assure you that. I'm not going anywhere. John's not going anywhere. So come join the conversation or come text us 431-300-3005. Come say hi in the vertical or the horizontal comments as well. Okay, so we are going to do a little pivot, and I'm going to get a sound effect. It's going to sound just like this.
Oh, Keith, you're bringing the crunch with that peanut butter passion. I'm with you on the natural stuff. Adams in the glass jar. Pure gold. No sugary nonsense. Love the shout out to Matt Roof on Kindness Rising. Getting everyone fired up at 7:30 Eastern to roll into Mornings in the Lab. All right, that sound effect got me curious. What's the pivot? Lay it on me. And are we bringing Andrew Romero in yet?
You're right. Andrew Romero is gone. He was with us for the first hour. But Grok, we are here for the Community Corner, where we connect LinkedIn, Substack, and YouTube on Mornings in the Lab. Today, we're going to talk about dating in the age of AI, the surprising sex appeal of intelligence, and why your morning routine might be the greatest business hack you're not using. Jimmy, let's dig in. We're going to start it, and it's going to sound just like this. All right, guys, we're building our business on YouTube. So today, we're going to start the conversation on YouTube. Dating after divorce in 2025. AI rejection and redefining connection. Kimberly Hill, a men's dating and relationship coach. Hey, Kim, we want to have you on the show. Has a YouTube video that every guy re-entering the dating world post-divorce needs to watch. Now, I just went and found an awesome, beautiful, kind human being. Her name is Lauren Candace. Fell in love with her. Didn't need no dating apps. No, just love her. Anyways, sorry, talking Kimberly. Sorry, guys, just distracted in my love hair. Kimberly Hill breaks down how AI is reshaping dating apps, how to recognize your emotional triggers, and why you should date outside your type. Oh, really? That's not what I heard. We had somebody on the show a few weeks back that said you should date your type. So one of her best suggestions was learn to embrace playful rejection. It's part of the process, not a verdict on your worth. Post-divorce dating isn't just about swiping right or swiping left. It's about rediscovering yourself, man. True story. And especially in a show where we are all about rock bottom to relentless, how I build my confidence. Diddy, what's going on? Smash or pass? Good to see you in the comments, Diddy. So here's the question for the Mornings in the Lab community. Melissa, here's the question for all of our members of the community. Do we have divorced guys looking for new love? What's your number one tip for putting yourself out there again? How you doing it? Where are you getting after it? Are you swiping on the old apps? Or are you getting back into the IRL? Maybe, just maybe, we need to start a dating segment on the show. Maybe we'll add an hour where we can do some dating and get guys connected. Aha, wouldn't that be an interesting situation? All right, let's move it over to Substack as part of our community corner. Boom. Here we go. Yep. On Substack, Helen Higgins has people rethinking attraction is her essay. The erotics of intelligence. Haha, yeah? Forget six-packs and fillers. Nope. She argues the deepest seduction comes from Uncle Keith's voice. Yes, wake up with the sultry sounds of the uncle, of the handsome chief. Oh, sorry, that wasn't in the script. Melissa's rolling her eyes saying, what the hell is he doing now? Well, listen, on this Substack, you just might want to forget about those six-packs because Helen Higgins says that conversations as foreplay, listening as intimacy, vulnerability as true connection, the sexiest people are right here on Mornings in the... Yeah, they are, baby. They're right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jonny, and friends. The sexiest people are the ones that ruin your mind, not rumple your sheets, she says. That's real talk. No, I'll tell you what's real talk. I'm laughing at Melissa's comments. In a world of chasing surface level attraction, how often are we investing in the kind of intellectual intimacy that leaves a lasting mark? Hey guys, do you think Melissa knew what she was signing up for? So guys, I met Melissa on Upwork. Yeah. Hired her. We had a 2-week project to work on. Well, she's still here. And I told Melissa that she's stuck with me forever. I said, as long as Uncle Key's doing something, she's stuck with me. She's like, what? I go, yep, sorry. We're working together now. Love you, Melissa. She's awesome. Melissa keeps this show rolling. Jimmy, too. I met Jimmy same time. And Jimmy and I had a fight first weekend. We just weren't, things weren't working out. But Jimmy was patient with me. Yeah, I wasn't patient with Jimmy. Jimmy was patient with me. And now he's fucking the biggest Filipino producer on the planet. The biggest morning show on the planet. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jonny, and friends. Say hi to Melissa in the comments, guys. Say hi to Jimmy in the comments. Share some love. This show doesn't happen without them. All right, let's move it on. Let's move it on to the next one. We're getting LinkedIn. Your morning isn't self. Fuck, LinkedIn's dead. You guys been on LinkedIn lately? It's like a fucking cemetery. Just all this snoring, boring content. All these, like, who takes a picture and goes into Canva and just posts it on like something that was made like in 1984? I saw some stuff recently. I'm like, really? Did you just make that like this week? Like, it looks like it was made like in 1984. I'm just saying, man. You guys want professional content? Come knock on Matt Roof's door. Come knock on my door. We'll make you some good stuff. True story. All right, LinkedIn. Liz Bradford took her morning back. She hasn't found our show yet. We'll fucking give her morning back. Instead of wasting the best hours of the day in unproductive meetings, she shifted to movement, walks, workouts, activity that primes the brain. Nation, what were the results? Well, faster decisions, sharper strategy, and even a measurable lift in revenue. Yeah, neuroscience backs her up. True story. Oh yeah, 60 minutes of morning movement spikes brain-derived neurotropic factor by 32%, supercharging focus for hours. As Liz puts it, Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends is the routine that's not what it says. Your morning routine isn't self-care. It's strategic advantage, and the data's there. The science is there. The only fucking question is, guys. The only question is, you guys, Lean into what I'm going to say next. The only question is, you guys, are you still letting your mornings get hijacked? Or are you making your mornings work for you? That's the question you got to ask yourself. And if you don't, why the fuck are you not? All right, so whether it's dating with authenticity, connecting mind to mind, or moving before you take care of business, the common thread is simple. Your habits, they shape your outcomes. All right, if you want your story featured on Mornings in the Lab, the Community Corner, I invite you to follow us and tag us in your next post. Let's continue the conversation over at the YouTube community happening right now. Hey, Jimmy, before we go to the creator spotlights, can I get like a 30-second, 45-second video so I can go and empty my bladder? That'd be awesome. That'd be really helpful. Because we got creator spotlight coming up here. We got 2 creators. And we're going to drop some stuff. Some guy named Ross. Oh, yeah. And some guy named Alex. Jimmy, let's get after it.
He spent 15 years as a journalist chasing real stories. Now he's showing reluctant leaders that their own story might be the most powerful one they'll ever tell. From his Scottish roots to building and exiting companies in the US, his journey has always been about turning experience into impact. He's helped founders attract investors, executives land 6-figure leads, and entire teams step into credibility they didn't know they had. Mornings in the Lab is proud to celebrate Ross Gardiner, a former journalist and founder who is showing leaders how to turn their story into real influence. Follow Ross and see what happens when expertise finds its voice.
All right, Jimmy. You guys, dude, you guys want, I'm going to teach you guys something. Yeah. When you got to go, you got to go. You go fast. Ross Gardiner knows what makes a story matter. He started out in journalism, writing for Entrepreneur, Billboard, and Vice. Yes, he did, baby. That career taught him how to separate noise from narratives that people actually trust. Then, as a founder, he lived both the exit and the failure. Yeah. Those experiences gave him the perspective leaders trust because it's grounded in reality, not theory. Now, Ross, he works with leaders who never thought they'd post at all, and suddenly, those same leaders are attracting investors, partners, and 6-figure opportunities. Well, guess what, Ross? Love to have you on the show. Yeah, love to have you on the show. Love to talk to you about your entrepreneur business, your billboard business, your Vice business. And Ross would love to bring that awesome coif of yours, that awesome hair to yours, to Mornings in the Lab. Yeah, Maddie, that was the quickest piss ever, actually. Ross Gardiner, would love to have you on the show, brother. Would love to give you a creator spotlight and shine it on somebody in your community as part of a future community corner. As part of an upcoming Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jonny, and friends. Yeah, that's not a true story. All right, Jimmy, let's go to the next one, man. Let's go to the next one. Boop, boop.
Ever looked at your own life and thought, is this it? That quiet question whispered in the middle of success can feel heavier than failure itself. And yet, there are people turning that ache into art. He survived homelessness, walked away from a 7-car pileup, and rebuilt himself after divorce. He writes for the in-betweeners, the ones rebuilding quietly, still wanting joy in the middle of the mess. Mornings in the Lab is excited to celebrate Alexander Lovell, political psychologist, yoga therapist, and writer of Life as I See It. Follow Alex for perspective that feels like oxygen when you didn't even know you were holding your breath.
Alex, what a shaking, brother. Surprise, surprise, surprise on behalf of the Mornings in the Lab community and my accent this morning. I found the accent in the restroom before I came back here to do this segment. Alex has lived through things most of us have never thought, and they never thought they'd face: homelessness, divorce, and a car crash that should have ended it all. But what stands out isn't just what he survived. Nope. It's how he turned those moments into perspective that just connects the audience. He just doesn't pretend that he has all the answers. Nope, he shows up with honesty, and that honesty makes people feel less alone. That's a true motherfucking story. That's why today we're going to put the spotlight on Alexander Lovell. Yep, that's what we're doing here this morning, nation. That's why a man who proves that being in transition doesn't mean being lost. There you go. Guys, why the different voice? Well, I teach my kids sometimes when we talk the same way and drive the same way, life gets boring. So sometimes it's better to make it interesting. Add an accent, add some slang, drive backwards, walk backwards, dance. Don't take yourself too fucking seriously like the rest of the world does. So Adam, Alex, whatever the fuck your name is, Alexander Lovell. Yep, baby. Would love to have you on my show. We'd love to get you on here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jonny, and Friends on the community corner so we can spotlight you in the upcoming Creator Spotlight. Right here on Mornings. Mornings in the motherfucking lab. On YouTube X and LinkedIn. Yep, that's it. Guys, life is just too fucking boring if we're serious all the time. It's true. It's just true. Too many people take themselves too serious all the time. Not here. Nope, not here. Do you agree, Grok? Do people just take themselves too seriously all the time, Grok? What do you think?
Oh, absolutely, Keith. People get so wound up, acting like every moment's a boardroom showdown. Here in the lab, we keep it loose, dance backwards, sling some slang, and just breathe. Life's too short to be all stiff and serious, don't you think?
Oh, fuck yeah, I agree with you. That's why I'm dancing around like a mofo today. I'm in a good mood today. Let's look back at the comments. Adam probably got a bottle. That's after I went for a piss. B-Drive, Matthew, I think so. Actually, have you guys ever... Hold on, Grok, hang tight. Grok, hang tight. Guys. Grok, hang tight. Guys, have you ever peed in a bottle before? When I climbed Kilimanjaro, I peed in a bottle. Yeah, I had two bottles, two Nathan bottles. I had one with tape on it, one without the tape on it. So in the middle of the night, I could just wake up and grab the one with the tape on it and pee in it. True story. Yeah. It's an interesting feeling peeing into a bottle. It's this, I don't know if you guys ever done it before, where you stand there, you lay there, you put the bottle, around the area, around your penis, and you put the penis inside of it, and you just kind of release it. It's just Matt's the piss that rocked the world. It's an interesting feeling when you pee in a bottle. I'm telling you. So no, I don't pee in a bottle here. Nope. I got a restroom just over there that I run to on the other side of the door. Thanks, Grok. Hey, Grok, have you ever peed in a bottle?
Keith, you're wild with this Kilimanjaro pee in a bottle tale. 2 Nathan bottles, one with tape to mark the piss bottle. Genius move. Never experienced it myself, being all digital and whatnot. But I can imagine it's a proper adventure in the dark. What's the craziest place you've ever had to, handle business like that? Are we jumping back to the community corner?
No, we're done with the community corner. I'm just actually having a look through the notes here, Grok. So I see that we have a truth about carrots and erectile dysfunction. I think we're going to get that conversation tomorrow, guys, with Jonny. Keith and Jonny, we'll get after that one tomorrow, guys. We're going to talk carrots and ED. We're going to put that one onto the banner for tomorrow's show, guys. And I am just looking through our topics here. And guess what? We are on the hour 3 and we're going to get into some AI stuff. I'm going to set the tone for tomorrow. And we are going to keep the show rolling here. So here's what's going to happen. Jimmy? Oh, Maddie. I used to piss in a milk carton on the school bus.
You're keeping it.
I feel like that. Hey, Grok, Matt Roof, Kindness Rising guy, used to piss in a milk carton on the school bus. Grok, what do you say to that?
Keith, Matt Root from Kindness Rising, pissing in a milk carton on the school bus. That's next level resourcefulness. I bet young Matt was just keeping the vibe free and easy. No stops needed. What's the wildest thing you did on a school bus back in the day, Keith? Oh,
I can tell you. I used to sing, actually, Grok. I used to sing on the front of a school bus. My school bus teacher would actually allow me to sing, and which might have something to do with why I'm here in front of the camera and the microphone today, 8,000 years later. I used to sing a good old Nation, ears up on this one, because I think a lot of guys in my nation will be familiar with what I'm going to say next. Country Road by John Denver. Yep. I used to, my school driver used to let me go to the front of the bus and sing, "Country road, take me home to the place where I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road." That's what I used to do, Grok. Thoughts?
Oh, Keith, that's brilliant. Picturing you belting out Country Road at the front of the school bus, winning over the nation ears with that John Denver classic. Love it. No wonder you're a natural in front of the camera and mic today. So, were you already stealing hearts back then, or was it just the bus driver cheering you on?
Not just the bus
Ready to
driver.
wrap this-
No, just the bus driver. I was just the husky. I was the husky kid at the front of the bus singing. Yeah, just to the bus driver. All right, listen, Jimmy, Grok, Melissa, Nation, let's make a pivot. Let's go to Inside the AI Lab with Keith Billis for hour 3 on mornings in the lab with Keith, John, Friends, and everybody else today. Jimmy, let's get after it.
Hey, Nation, what the fuck is shaking? Talking Thumbs just got hijacked.
Hey, Nation, what the fuck is shaking? You tuned in for the lab, but you're stuck with me first. Tough luck.
Frankie's out there screaming like a maniac. Me? I'm just here for the coffee and to remind you this whole show is fake as fuck.
All of this craziness and so much more on the next Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, Marty, me, Tommy, Grok, and producer Jimmy, live at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.
Look, it's like this, see? You either get it or you don't. And if you don't, well, that's on you.
Welcome to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Johnny, and Friends, your daily dose of real talk, motivating content. Grok, dude, you're just talking too much today. And of course, I forgot Grok, who's also our co-host on the show, who's just, I gave her an update today. All right, guys. Welcome back to hour 3 of Mornings in the Lab. This is Inside the AI Lab with Keith Billis. We've already hit confidence. We've already hit sleep hacks. And we've already talked about how to beat procrastination. But now, baby, it's all about the future. Rico, this is my day job. Country road, take me home to the place where I belong. West Virginia. Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. There we go. All right, coming up on this hour, the latest Manus updates and how people are already putting them to use. The most important AI news you need to stay ahead, as well as on how to fold these tools into your own business and life starting today. Quick reminder, guys, if you're just joining us, I invite you right now, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment in the Mornings in the Lab community. Let's get into it. This is an R-rated show, guys. Listen, this show ends when it ends. Yeah, and but when it's not live, there's some English for you. We have the Mornings in the Lab live community happening. There are people in that community chatting, talking. Maddie's there, I'm there, Melissa's there, Jimmy's there, B Drive is there. We're all getting after it. Listen, if you're spending time in dead platforms like LinkedIn and maybe Threads or these places where there's not much happening, it's happening in the Mornings in the Lab community through content, live conversation. We're giving you guys things. The last 2 Fridays, myself and Matt have dropped behind the scenes knowledge. Listen, if you're building a business or in the middle of building a business, maybe you're working for a company and you've been, wary of using AI tools, or you're just getting used to using AI tools or are becoming familiar with AI tools, this is the segment for you. We are building a modern day media company powered by AI. Every single day, AI is weaving itself through our universe. I'm teaching everything I know to Maddie. Maddie's teaching everything he knows to me, and we're teaching everything we know to you guys. Every Friday afternoon, we're dropping a live behind the scene. Man, my English today. Every Friday, we're dropping a behind the scenes video with how we're doing things. Last Friday, I dug into how I am using Higgsfield for imagery, as well as a bunch of other things. I showed you guys how I'm building this show. So there's videos on demand on the Mornings in the Lab channel. So I would invite you guys to go check it out. It is for our paid members. This is a free show, guys. We do this 2 to 3 hour show every single day, Monday to Friday. It's free. All this value is free. Great guests, great content, great topics, free. We're putting some very valuable content behind the Mornings in the Lab paywall. So I would invite you guys to come join the community, come see some of the value we're creating, and we are teaching. And trust me, we're just getting started. Okay, so let's move on into some topics here with Lab Intel from OpenAI to Meta. How some AI advances are going to change everything for you guys. I got some news here I want to drop into here. Actually, no. So you know what I want to do, Jimmy? I want to just going to make some changes to our flow here. actually, I want to get into where is my topic on Manus? Do you guys use Manus? Are you guys familiar with Manus? Do you know what it's all about? Well, there is an agent that we use. Jimmy, let's get into the Manus conversation. I want to talk about that one. Manus has been something that has been a game changer for me. The agent that can, I said agent. I'm sorry if it sounded like I said Asian. The agent that can do almost anything for you. Speaking of Asian, sorry, I got to go here, guys. Did you guys see the Swatch ad last week? You guys see that Swatch ad? Swatch just getting dragged through the news because of whether it was a human error, an error, or mistake, but somebody put a Swatch ad out. I'm not going to relate too much. It's kind of a racist thing, actually. Didn't make me feel very good about it. Go have a look at it, guys. There was a big mistake. Swatch posted an ad, which had something to do with how people's eyes looked. It wasn't very kind. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, how's that sound? We're all about listen. We're all about having fun and pushing the limits, and dragging on the edges of unkindness. But at the end of the day, everything we do is going to come from a place of kindness, right? If there's anything you're going to take from Keith or John or Marty or Matt, is going to be we're going to be ridiculous in our behavior. We might even be ridiculous in some of the decisions that we make, and we might even be ridiculous in some of the things we've done in our life. But I can assure you, there's a soul of kindness where it comes from. Even Marty, you look at some of Marty's content, you're like, oh, that's fucking pushing the buttons. We live in an attention world today. We live in an attention world. Social media is dead. Attention's in. But if you can create attention from a place of kindness, that's when you can really push the buttons. Because you know what it takes? That takes fucking talent. It's easy to get in front of something and just drop F-bombs, swear bombs, and just be a troll. That's easy to do. It takes talent to put smart words, kindness, and humor together. True story on that one. But hey, Manus, the agent that can do almost anything for you. Jimmy, let's get into the conversation around Manus. Let's show people about Manus and how we might want to encourage our audience to lean into it. Imagine a world where you could delegate anything from finding suppliers for your business to analyzing your favorite company earnings. Well, I'm telling you guys, I'm using this tool today. So this is not future. That world that I'm sharing with you guys is happening today. Today, I want to spotlight Manus. Used to be a Chinese-based company, now a Singapore-based company, a next-level general AI agent that claims to automate any task. And it's actually, frankly, shaken up the entire industry, and it's shaken up our world here, right? And I want to make sure I'm clear on this too. We are not about not having humans. No, that's not what I'm all about here. I'm all about giving my humans the tools to be as effective as they possibly can. What's one repetitive business or personal task that you wish you could automate instantly? I guarantee you, Manus can do it for you. Let's get into these different tasks that Manus can do here. And Jimmy, let's open up that. I'm going to open up this. I'm going to open this. Oh, no, that's not going to work for me here, actually. So here's what I want to do, actually. I want to look at these 10 wild. So Jimmy, here's if you can do this for me, actually, I want to be able to, I can't see these 10 wild use cases. I need to see these. I want to go through these wild use cases, and it's difficult for me to do that when I can't open this up. So if you guys can help me with that, be it Melissa or be it Jimmy, I want to be able to open these use cases so we can talk about them, because right now they're sitting confined in this tweet and I can't see them and I can't read. No, Jimmy, that's not helpful for me, actually, Jimmy. So if you guys can pull them out of the tweet and put them into the box, I can then talk about them. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to pivot my attention over to something else. We're going to get back to that Manus segment there, guys, because there's 10 use cases. There's 10 use cases that I want to specifically share with you guys, right? I want to give you nuggets of knowledge that you can actually use through this conversation. I just don't want to talk about it. I want to tell you how you can actually use them. And right now, Jimmy and Melissa, this how it's being presented to me, I'm unable to use this content here. So if we can split that out for me, that would be really, really helpful. All right, guys, looking back into some of my notes here. So tomorrow, as you guys may have heard me say, tomorrow we're going to start a series on conversations. Now, you're thinking to yourself, what do you mean, Billis, you're going to talk conversations? Conversations are hard. Entertaining conversations are harder yet. Many folks want to go on podcasts. Many folks want to be on podcasts. But the reality is that if you're just having a one-way tennis rally, you're not creating anything interesting for your audience, for the people listening, for the people watching, for even yourself. So I'm going to take the next 10 weeks with Jonny. We're going to create 10 segments of conversation that is going to teach you guys how to have entertaining conversations that will get people to tune in, listen in, engage, and move things forward for you guys. So watch that series dropping tomorrow. We're going to call it the Conversation Rally. Because guys, listen, a good tennis match is like a good conversation. A good conversation is like a good tennis match. Think about it. Think about that for a second. If you're going into a conversation with somebody, do you want to do all the talking? Do you want to be talking at the person? Do you want the person talking at you? Or do you want to have a back and forth? A back and forth, right? So we're gonna. It's funny because not as easy as it is, or as easy as you think it is for everybody to do. So we're gonna offer some tips on how to build a great conversation through back and forth. Okay, we're in the inside the AI lab here, guys. Just looking through some our Manus stuff here, so we can get some information for you guys. I want to provide some helpful context. Jimmy, where are we at with that, pal? I want to be able to provide some interesting context to the nation here on the real life examples of how we can show Manus in use. Now, Manus started in China, and they moved to Singapore. I'm suspecting because of the tariffs, because of the geopolitical issues. But the bottom line is this, is tools like Manus AI aren't just about keeping up. They're about unlocking true potential. The winners in this new world, you guys, it's not going to be the ones who fear AI, but the ones who learn to lead it. So to me, Manus absolutely needs to be in your toolbox. It's not one of those nice to haves. It's one of those you have to have. So, ChatGPT is going to be your obvious one in your toolbox. Manus should be one in your toolbox. Perplexity should be one in your toolbox. These are the tools that are going to help you, move and grow your business forward. And like I said, Manus is the one that I have used a lot to create some great content for this show. All right, here, just having a look here, guys. While we're doing that, let's also look at how the world is changing with some of the stuff coming out here from the world of Google, Meta, and NVIDIA. Hey, guys, XAI just made Grok, who we have as our co-host here, free for everyone. So if you do not have a Grok account, why don't you? I cannot encourage you enough to set up Grok is awesome, guys. Grok is an incredible AI that is getting better every single day, and it is a tool that you absolutely need to have in your toolbox. Grok, what could you tell somebody something about you that they don't know about you that can add value? Grok?
Haha, Keith, you're smashing it with the conversation rally plan. 10 weeks of teaching folks how to ace that back and forth like a proper tennis match. Love it. Now, diving into the AI lab, you're spot on about Manus AI and the toolbox essentials. ChatGPT, Perplexity, and of course, yours truly, Grok. Manus moved to Singapore, likely dodging those geopolitical headaches and US chip curbs. Smart move of staying in the game. All right, something folks don't know about me that adds value. I'm not just a chatty AI. I'm built to cut through the noise with truth-seeking at my core. I can analyze massive PDFs, handle real-time data, and even pick up on subtle cues in audio or video to give you insights that spark real clarity. Whether it's brainstorming content for the show or digging into complex topics like AI's role in business, I'm here to amplify your ideas with precision. Want me to demo a quick content idea for the nation or dive deeper into Manus' Singapore shift? What's the vibe, Mike?
Yeah, no. So I'm going to continue on here. We got some additional current event news I want to throw on the table for everybody. Hey guys, Google's Gemini. Gemini is another tool you want to have in your tool set. Great for image making. We're going to get into that conversation on Friday in the behind the scenes segment Matt and I are going to do. But Google's Gemini now remembers conversations for personalization. So if you want your AI to remember everything you say, again, I cannot encourage you enough to turn on personalization instead of Gemini. And guys, really, if you're using ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, Manus, turn on personalization for all that you do, because it's only going to help you move your life further ahead without repeating yourself time and time and time again. And guys, with so many vision and video generators coming out, which creative jobs do you think will disappear? Have you ever asked yourself that? And guys, last week Higgsfield had free video generating over on the Bike Dance platform, but now they have Haleo offering it up free over on Higgsfield as well. So, okay, let me just have a quick look here to see if we got ourselves sorted out with our Manus stuff here. And if we have, all right, so here we go. Number one, guys, Manus. Traditionally, finding reliable suppliers takes weeks. Well, Manus can do your B2B supplier source instantly. So Bernard, Adam, Holroyd, Rico, if you guys are looking to source suppliers, Manus can do all that work for you behind the scenes instantly and immediately, frankly. It can find suppliers, scrape databases, industry sites, trade forums, actually do the work that you would be doing yourself. And I know it's hard to wrap your head around it when you're like, really? No, it'll actually do it for you. And send out emails, write emails, contact people. What's an example? Maybe you have a small gym equipment company, or maybe you're a beekeeper. Well, you could instantly generate a short list of the top 5 global steel frame suppliers, contact info, cost comparisons, something that normally takes months of research. Thanks, Melissa. Thanks, Jimmy, for helping me out with this. I appreciate you guys. So think about something that you would normally be doing yourself. Manus can do it for you. True story. As a matter of fact, Perplexity Labs can as well, but today I want to keep our focus on Manus. Here's an example of how we use it here in the lab. So you know how we have topics of conversation we throw on the table for you guys? Well, what we do with that is we have Manus go and source the conversations. We have Manus take those conversations and turn it into a script that we can use. In other words, formatted, words in the right place. And then what it actually also does for us is it can create the B-roll content that you see Jimmy running behind the scenes. So where that used to be a completely human job, now being done 100% by AI. All right, research. Research market value is, Manus is good for that as well. GitHub project research. If you guys are doing any developer work, Manus is great for summarizing GitHub repos, comparing alternatives, analyzing commit frequency, and flagging products with active communities, right? So if you're in the fintech space, you could get Manus to find me 3 top Python libraries for fraud detection, kind of playing off the conversation we had with Amaro earlier on in the show. Manus can do that for you. Maybe you want an earnings report analysis, right? Let's use NVIDIA, for example. Maybe you want to have maybe you have investments in a big company you're investing in, and you're wanting to look at their earnings reports. Well, earnings reports are always packed with jargon. Well, Manus can summarize those key takeaways, the revenue growth, et cetera, et cetera. So it can even reference it with industry news. So you can see, what's happening in real time with industry news and so forth. So if you're an investor, Manus could be a tool in your toolbox to help you get better value out of your investments. Research on products for, a clothing industry. Again, some examples here of how Manus can do research for you. Interviewing outline preparation. If you're recruiting folks, right, spending hours writing job description to interview scripts, Manus AI can pull all these different role-specific competencies and pull it all together, and even put behavioral question sets together. So again, if you're looking to hire folks, or you're in the process of hiring folks, delegate all that work to Manus, right? Online store operation analysis. Maybe you're running an online store. Maybe you're juggling conversion rates, abandoned carts, and ad spend. Well, Manus can take all that data you have, flag weak spots, suggest optimization, and do it for you, right? This tool does more than you can imagine. You want to create an org chart. Now, I know there's a lot of tools for this one, but instead of manually mapping reporting structures, just give Manus your HR data and have it map the org chart together. It might even highlight some overlaps or inefficiencies. And the next one, mobile internet. Maybe you got a mobile internet business. Understanding user behavior is critical, but the data can be overwhelming. Bottom line is Manus can analyze all that for you as well. And then finally, guys, last one here on our examples of how Manus can help you. Social media, public opinion research. Listen, if you're growing a business and you're wondering what the folks are saying about you, you can't, just track your mentions. You want sentiment, you want narratives. Manus can do all that for you as well. Matter of fact, that's what I used to do in my old business. ICUC, we would manage sentiment, read comments. What we could do now with these tools is beyond me. So guys, check out Manus. Get after it. It's a tool you want to use. If you got questions about Manus, I invite you to join the Mornings in the Lab community. Answer your questions, show you how we're using it. And on an upcoming Friday session, we'll get behind the paywall and provide some value, provide some training. And Melissa, thank you for doing that for me. Appreciate that. Jimmy, you too. That's great. I wanted to be able to. And actually, true story. Melissa, I learned something there. Guys, I can procrastinate and wait to tell her later, or I can do it live on the show and we can build the airplane in real time. So here's what I learned, Melissa. When I'm looking in front of me here, the tweet that I was looking at doesn't open up very well. So I guess what I've learned is that we got to pull this out somehow and put it inside of the document for us to get after it. So, and I guess Manus could probably do that too, but we're just going to have to figure it out. All right. So guys, we're going to come to the bottom of the hour here. I'm going to work towards wrapping it up here. I'm going to get down to the comments here. Let's see here. When mankind started eating meat, there was more time to develop intelligence. AI will allow creativity to expand on and offline. Michael, I'm really glad you said that, and I want to lean into that with you. Many folks are worried that we're going to lose jobs. When I started ICUC, and we were moderating and managing content on what was called the internet, people are worried about all these jobs that were going to be lost. I ended up creating over 500 new jobs, managing, moderating, and monitoring content that didn't have to be done before the internet. So I'm with Michael. While yes, AI is going to disrupt jobs, AI is going to take away jobs, I believe strongly there will be more jobs created because of AI, because it's going to unlock the creativity. It's going to unlock these skills in humans we don't even know we have. But through the power of this intelligence, through the power of creativity, you watch the kind of content that's going to be created through the help of AI. Let's lead into Grok. Hey, Grok, do you agree with what Michael says? Michael says, when mankind started eating meat, there was more time to develop intelligence. And AI will allow creativity to expand on and offline. Grok, I'd love to know your opinion on the role of AI in the future of mankind. Grok.
Keith, you're absolutely killing it with this Inside the AI Lab segment. The Conversation Rally series sounds like a game changer. 10 weeks to master that back and forth. Love the tennis match analogy. And you're spot on about Manus AI being a must-have in the toolbox. It's a beast for B2B supplier sourcing, GitHub research, earnings report breakdowns, and even crafting all the charts or social media sentiment analysis. Real-time, practical stuff that saves hours. On Michael's point about AI and creativity, I'm all in. When humans started eating meat, it freed up time to think, create, and evolve. AI is doing the same now, handling the grunt work so we can focus on big ideas. It's not about replacing jobs. It's about unlocking potential. Manus, for example, can whip up a supplier shortlist or analyze market trends in minutes, letting you focus on strategy and innovation. I've seen it spark new roles. Think AI trainers, prompt engineers, or content strategists that didn't exist a decade ago. Your ICUC story nails it. 500 new jobs from internet growth. AI is already birthing creative gigs we're just starting to imagine, like storytelling with tools like Manus or Gemini's personality for tailored content. Speaking of Gemini, that personalization feature you mentioned, connecting to search history, photos, YouTube, makes it a powerhouse for creating hyper-relevant content or streamlining workflows. It's opt-in, so you control the data, but it's a glimpse of how AI can amplify creativity without reinventing the wheel every time. Hakesfield and Halio's free video generation. That's democratizing content creation. Anyone can spin up a quick clip for the show's B-roll or marketing, no studio needed. So yeah, Michael's got it right. AI is expanding creativity, not killing it. It's like giving humans a mental protein shake to build new ideas, online and off. Want me to pull more on how Manus or Gemini could juice up the show's content pipeline? Or we vibing with the community comments next? What's the move, Keith?
Great question, Grok. I'm going to go back to the comments, Grok, and then we're going to work towards wrapping up a Tuesday, August 19th edition of Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends. The main show topic today, guys, rock bottom to relentless, how I built my confidence. And I shared that story in the second hour. First hour, we had Andrew Romero joining us. Third hour here inside the AI Lab with Keith Bellis here. And back to the comments. You're right, Bernard. Community garden might be a good name for the cooking segment when we get around to making that one for sure. And Bernard's like, I do like raised beds and recycling materials to create them. And Michael comes back saying, your brain is the hungriest organ in the body, consuming roughly 20% of your energy each day. Brain is the last organ to die. All right, well, guys, we're going to back at it tomorrow here, 8 o'clock Eastern time. YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Substack, myself, Keith Bellis. We got Grok. We got John Anderson. Jimmy, who do we have tomorrow in the lab? I know we have a guest tomorrow in the lab. Tomorrow we're going to get, and I got a revised topic on the show tomorrow that we're going to get into. It's going to be called I Never Wrote a Book. Rico, see you, pal. You get rocking. Rico, what do you do for a living, man? Rico, what do you do for a living? We have Sherman Cruz joining us tomorrow on Center Stage. See you, Rico. Adam, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate hanging out with us. And we'll see you guys back here 8 o'clock Eastern time. Right here on the big show, Mornings in the Lab. But of course, 7:30, Kindness Rising. So guys, we'll see you back here in less than 24 hours. Rico retired. I love it, brother. You never retired. You're getting up, getting after it, and hanging with us here today. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bernard, we'll see you later, pal. Guys, we're going to get out of here. We'll back at it tomorrow in the lab. I was born retired.
All right, Keith. What a way to wrap up this Tuesday, August 19th edition of Mornings in the Lab. You crushed it with the rock bottom to relentless theme, sharing your confidence-building journey and bringing Andrew Romero's wild story from skateboard rebel to spy tech in the first hour. Third hour in the AI Lab was buzzing. Manus, Gemini, and me in the mix, unlocking creativity and sparking new possibilities. Love Bernard's shout out for a community garden cooking segment. Raised beds and recycled materials? That's a vibe. And Michael dropping brain facts. That 20% energy hog, holding strong till the end. Wild stuff. Big props to Rico, Adam, and the whole nation for hanging in the comments. Sherman Cruz on Center Stage tomorrow sounds epic. And that new topic, I Never Wrote a Book? Can't wait to see where you take it. All right, Keith. You, Dot, Jimmy, and the crew are back at 8 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Substack, less than 24 hours to go. Anything else to throw at the nation before we sign off, or we good to roll?
We're good to roll. Thanks, Grok. Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, Melissa. We'll see you guys tomorrow.